Die Europäische Zentralbank legte den Referanten.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel.
And now, a show the likes of which America's never seen. So appalling, so offensive, yet so entertaining.
It's not your normal show.
Beamed from satellites in space down to you every single day.
What planet are we living on?
It's the Opie and Anthony show with Opie.
We're experts and we already know this is going to be great radio, so shut the fuck up.
And Anthony.
I live in a big house, I make a lot of money, and I fuck attractive girls.
And little Jimmy.
I don't even like in our opening, it sounds like a little...
You dang open hand and don't listen to dang open hand.
Stop with that shit.
And now, here they are. Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony show. Anthony's stuck in horrible traffic. We'll be here shortly, saying worst ride ever. I don't know what the hell's going on out there today. Who the fuck knows? Yes. New York City traffic, that's all you need to know. Back from jury duty. Everyone wanted to know what happened at jury duty. I got a postponement after 2.5 hours. Holy fuck.
Was the guy a fan? Were you able to find someone who's a fan?
No.
Yeah,
No.
you get lucky sometimes.
I get recognized every fucking day, but when you need to be recognized, it never happens. I walked in there with my chest out like, all right, it's only a matter of time before someone recognizes me and gets me the fuck out of here. But as soon as I left... After about 2.5 hours, I'm about a block away from the courthouse, and the guy's getting in his truck, and he goes, "Hey, Opie." I'm like, "Oh, great, thanks. I needed you like 2 fucking hours ago." He goes, "Heard you talking about this today on the radio. I was wondering if I'd see you down here." Well, you did. They were very nice.
Yeah.
They are very, very nice in the courts, but it takes for fucking ever. You get online just to get inside. You have to go through metal detectors. You finally do that. Then you have to wait forever at the elevator bank because everyone is showing up at the exact same fucking time. In my case, I had to go to the 11th floor. I get into a giant room with really, really nice, comfy chairs because they know you're going to be in there a while. A long room, though, very long. And then the lady's like, well, before I answer any questions and tell you what's going on, and before you could ask me any questions, here's a short film. And it was Ed Bradley and Diane Sawyer from about fucking 80 years ago talking about the judicial system in America. And the short film felt like it was 2.5 hours, but I think it might have been at least a half hour. And that half hour, I'm sitting there. I almost stood up, Jimmy. I almost stood up and said, who doesn't know this shit?
Right.
I was so mad. They were basically going through the basics of a trial and picking jurors and what your responsibility is. And then the lawyers will present evidence. And sometimes the lawyers will have to approach the bench to talk to the judge. It was like, are you kidding? Who doesn't know this stuff?
Right.
I would say 80% of the people, 90% of the people in the room know. So for the 10% that are that stupid, have them raise their hands as being stupid people and bring them into another room for the film. Yeah. And then I'm watching and I'm getting really pissed because I see Ed Bradley and Diane Sawyer and I'm thinking, they're telling us about being a juror and they've never had to serve. I guarantee it. So why the fuck am I listening to you? Anyway. Then the film was over, and then she goes through a million fucking things of, what could get you out of jury duty, technically, even though they don't really want anyone to get out of jury duty. And they said it's a 2-day minimum nowadays. It used to be 1 day where you sat there, and if you got to the end of the day, then you're good. But now it's a 2-day minimum, and then after that, you could still be called for a case. So then I'm like, ooh, we're flying out Wednesday for Montreal, Canada. And I also didn't have my original copy, and you have to kind of rip cards off the original.
Perforated.
Yeah, the perforation shit. And you got to rip your individual cards A, B, and C, and you got to give A here and B here, and you keep C. I don't know. And I didn't have that form. I had a copy that Kenny made before I left yesterday.
Right.
I forgot my original at home. So I finally got up there and I said, look, I don't have an original copy. Oh, she goes, anyone have any questions? The whole room goes to the front. So now I'm on that line for a while. And then I finally got to ask my question. I said, I don't have an original. She goes, okay, you got to go to 60 Center Street, room 139. So then I have to leave that building. Yeah. I go to another building, and I have to go through the whole thing all over again, going through the metal detectors. I get through the metal detectors in this new building, and I'm looking around for 139. It's on the ground floor, obviously. I'm 139. I see this massive line that goes across this massive lobby. Rotunda. It was a rotunda. And I go, oh, fuck, of course that's 139. So I get to the back of that line, easily on that line for a half hour. I get to the front of the line, and I finally talk to the guy. And I go, look, I don't have my original copy. They're like, no problem, we'll get you one. And they were going to give me an original copy and send me back to the place I started in. And then I go, look, I'm flying out Wednesday. I got to go to Montreal. They didn't even ask me what I did or any of that shit. And as soon as I said that, he goes, oh, you can't serve. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Now it's like 11:15. So I've been down there for over 2 hours already, waiting to tell him that I can't serve technically.
You should have snuck it in. You should have said, look, I'm not sure what to do here because I host a radio show, and he might have heard of it. Sometimes you got to sneak it in there, and it might help.
I know. So then he goes, well, when would you like to serve? That was the only attitude I got the entire time I was down there. I go, look, I want to serve, but if you're telling me that I have to be available Wednesday, I can't do it. I will be flying. You know, I'm not making this shit up. And then he finally looked at the calendar and said, how's October? I go, well, October sounds wonderful. Mm-hmm. So now I got to postpone, and I got to go back in October to start all over again.
Yeah, I don't know what the process is. 60 Center Street's where I had to go to.
Oh, really?
But I couldn't do it because, but I have to go in August.
Right.
And, hi, City.
Just can't fucking deal.
That's why I moved to New York City. I couldn't deal with the fucking commute anymore. That's the only reason why I live in New York City is because of his face right now.
It's fucking
kissable.
It isn't even like
it's ridiculous.
It doesn't happen a lot. But when it does, you just want to fucking open fire.
Mm-hmm.
God,
what was the problem out there today? Yeah, exactly.
The Grand Central fucking construction of some shit.
Exactly.
Because, you know, the best time to fix one of the major arteries into the city is during rush hour, you know, morning fucking traffic.
And when are they going to pave that part of the LIE? I know I'm going real local right now, but there's a part of the LIE that backs up horribly, and it's relatively close to New York City. It's about less than 10 miles out, maybe 8 miles out from the tunnel. That is not paved, so everyone has to slow the fuck down because, you know, they have to go over that tiny little, what is it, a half-inch bump into some rough road that they're going to eventually pave. They haven't paved it.
It's a combination of the roads suck, the construction, I don't know how they schedule this shit, and people... Like, the second you throw any distraction in their way, driving, they become fucking retards.
Everyone falls apart.
They can't fucking do it. And then you throw in some rain, because it was really pouring out on Long Island.
Just now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When I left.
That's weird. You're only over there.
Yeah.
And we're over here.
I'm over here. And you throw that in, and people just fuck it. They think... that it's ice falling from the sky in the middle of fucking July. Yeah, daggers, ice, fire, and a storm of frogs.
Right.
It's just fucking...
That's ridiculous.
It was so fucking annoying. And you just watch the clock ticking away. And you're like, there's nothing you can do.
What are you going to do? Rush to the next accident? You relax, you open your container of coffee, you listen to the radio.
Regular Joe can suck a dick.
Regular Joes hate fucking traffic, period. That's the one thing they hate. They're cool with everything else, but they hate fucking traffic.
It was that fucking annoying.
How about on the LIE, and I'm sure the other cities have this, so certainly they can relate. They'll say traffic delays, exit 38 to 24.
I know what you're going.
And that makes people immediately slow down right away because they read the sign.
Right away.
And I would beg the fucking people that's an automated sign. No one is at the switch going, well, we just got a report that there's heavy traffic between 38 and 24. So we better put the warning up. No, they put that exact warning up every fucking day because they know eventually that area is going to be really slow.
Yeah.
But people start slowing down immediately because they see that. And then you get through that area going, look, there's no heavy traffic.
But everyone
just keep going fast until you see the heavy traffic.
Keep going fast. That's a fucking.
Keep going fast.
That'd be great.
Keep going fast.
If only that happened.
So, fuck. That's why I'll say it again. That's why I moved to New York City. That commute finally got the best of me. I would love to live on Long Island. I would love it.
For the most part, it's 25 minutes from my house, door to door. 25 minutes. I was in the car for an hour. Just sitting in traffic.
You're lucky, though. People do it every fucking day.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
And then we got a dumb mayor that worries about your soda intake.
Yeah.
How about you worry about people's stress intake? Because a ride like that day after day absolutely causes heart attacks.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
I live 6 miles outside the city by Lincoln. I had to move in years ago because I couldn't handle the tunnel traffic. I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, they've
6 minutes.
6 miles. It literally should have got me 10 minutes. It should have got me 10 minutes, 12 minutes into the city.
It's just infuriating.
Yeah, it's a huge island with how many million people?
Yeah.
And they decided, we'll give them 2 tunnels and 2 bridges. That's good enough to get everyone on the island.
Just a couple of major roadways into the pinnacle of the free world. That's all we need.
Give them 2 tunnels. Fuck. Let's throw a third bridge in there.
That's fine.
That's good enough.
I'll tell you, if I wasn't able to take my mind off the traffic thinking about the wonderful little royal baby, I really would have been upset. Yeah.
Christ. Unbelievable.
Right.
It's embarrassing that America cares. Let those idiots over there care about it. But you see our news programs all a titter?
It was
all a titter?
They wouldn't stop. I mean, I could understand even, if that it's news.
Right.
So you go, all right, this is what happened. Like hours they were spending on this.
Well, one news agency had a live shot just on the hospital door, I guess, or the front of the hospital.
It's like, why?
And then another news channel, maybe we can find this, they decided, well, Kate Middleton's in labor. Let's find another broad that's in labor right now. And they were broadcasting from the delivery room of just this broad.
What did that have to do with anything?
I have no idea.
Doesn't make any sense.
I love watching the news every day because it's just completely ridiculous.
It really is, especially when you get stories like this, because there's no need to spend hours.
None.
Waiting for the big announcement to go up on the easel.
On the dumb easel.
And have the wacky guy from the Beefeater's gin bottle come out.
Right.
And fucking...
Hear ye! Hear ye!
Is there any reason for anyone to yell "Hear ye" in 2013?
That's why we started America. We were sick of the "Hear ye, hear ye."
With his scroll.
Right.
He had a scroll.
We had it with scrolls, so we said, let's move over here now.
Yes, I want freedom from scrolls.
Right. And idiots that don't smile or move when you go up to them and ask them directions. No, thank you. Our police officers, they're wonderful.
Right.
You go up to them, they're not going to fucking stare at you stoically. They're going to actually try to help you.
Fuck, enough with the baby.
Hear ye, hear ye.
We proclaim on this
day. Do you?
It's like Groundhog Day. He peeked out of her vagina.
Oh my God! So, what do you think? The kid's gonna get if the kid has Kate Middleton's looks, then you got a cute baby. If you got the father's looks, then you got.
Then there's a problem.
Then you got a dud.
A little dunce.
A dud.
A little fucking fuddy-duddy.
In a long line of fuddy-duddy looking men.
The long royal succession of fuddy-duddies.
Except for the younger brother, who obviously has a different father.
Right.
Bringing in some of that rock star blood.
They were showing them last night, some clips of the two boys. They're the princes. And every time you see them, it's just, every year that goes by, it's more and more obvious that they just don't have the same dad.
No, they're, of course.
Any similarity in looks they have are all Diana.
Of course.
She was rocking that royal vag.
Yes, she was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because Prince Charles was probably a horrible fuck.
Oh, just even the son there, the fucking what's his name? Fucking
I don't know.
No, the one that just had the baby. The one that just had the baby, William.
Oh yeah, Prince William. Okay, now I know.
Yeah, now I know.
I don't care.
I know. Even Prince William is looks like a fuddy-duddy fuck.
This morning.
If you can find the media just being stupid about this royal baby, please bring it to my attention because, like I said, do it over there, but not over here.
All right. It didn't merit 2 hours of coverage.
Fucking jury duty was.
How'd that go?
One long line. They were really nice down there, though. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they know who you were?
No.
Oh.
No. As soon as I left, they did. A guy was getting into his car.
Oh, really?
NYPD guy, obviously undercover.
Yeah.
Or maybe, it must have been
Detective.
undercover, I guess. And he said, "Hey, Opie." I go, "Hey." And he goes, "I heard you talking about this today. I was wondering if I was going to see you down in these parts." I go, "Well, it's too bad you didn't see me 2 hours ago. And it's too bad you don't know anyone inside."
What was the rigmarole you had to go through?
It's 2-day minimum now.
What do you mean?
Remember the old days? If you got through 1 day of jury duty and you weren't called for anything, you're done?
Yeah.
Now it's 2 days. You have to be there 2 days. Yep.
So, you got to go back?
In October, because then after 2 days, you still got to possibly be available for a case.
The fuck is this? The Army Reserve?
Well, let's say you get picked late in the second day. That means you got to come back for the third day. So you got to be technically available for 3 days. Man. And we got the Montreal trip Wednesday. So then at that point, I'm like, man, I could take the chance and go and stay down here 2 days and get it over with. But if I get called and then I, have to tell them I can't serve, then they might throw me back in the system. So I said, fuck that. So then I told them I couldn't serve. I'm giving you the short version. I just told Jimmy the whole fucking thing.
Damn.
And then they're like, yeah, you can't serve. I'm like, yeah, I know I can't serve. So now what? And the guy goes, well, when would you like to serve?
Never.
That was the only attitude I got. Well, when would you like?
Never, sir.
I wish I could say never.
Yeah.
I figured out October might be good for everybody, so I have to go back in October and start all over again.
Yeah, it's good. That's like never.
August is a good time.
August is a good time.
Because, there's a lot of people are away or whatever. I hear August come. I mean, I say that and then watch me get on a giant murder insurance scam case. It takes 9 months sequestered.
Oh, you'd go crazy.
It wouldn't happen.
No.
Wouldn't happen. We're sequestering you. I'll throw duty at the other jurors. I'll shit in my hand and throw duty at the other people.
We finally got to ask our questions, and everyone has a question. And one guy, he's 86 years old. He was right in front of me with his question. And his question is, I can't hear. He goes,
no.
I just want you to know I can't hear.
Oh,
and the lady's like, well, okay, sit over there. They don't want to say, all right, that's fine to anyone.
Right.
But that's all he would say. I can't hear.
I can't hear.
I can't hear. They're going after 86-year-olds for jury duty? He goes, I'm 86 years old. I can't hear. She was nice to him, but made him sit back down.
I guess the jury pools are really small these days. Everyone tries to get out of it, so.
You can tell the whole room is filled with people just trying to get out of it. They're trying to figure it out. And you can see some people that were just going to run away.
Yeah.
Because you get so frustrated. I have to say it again because you weren't here. They show you a film.
Oh, I saw the film.
You saw the film.
When I was going.
But why can't you ask the questions before the film? Because now you got to sit through the film when you might have a legitimate question that might get you to. In my case, I had to leave where I was and go to another building.
They want to show you the film.
Well, and it's supposed to be a short film.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like 2.5 hours, but I think it was about a half hour, right?
Is it all about the jury system and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
I told Jimmy, I go,
that rules.
I swear to
It's
you,
like school.
I swear to you, I had the urge. I couldn't take it anymore. I almost stood up and said, "Who doesn't know this shit?" It was like Court 101.
Yeah.
And everyone in there knows, except for maybe, I don't know, less than 10% of the people.
You're entitled to a jury of your peers.
Holy fuck, I'm like, I know! And then it's Diane Sawyer and Ed Bradley, and I'm like, they never served on the jury, so why are they telling me about jury duty?
It's the same movie? Because mine was Nassau County.
Diane Sawyer was young, man.
Yeah,
and Ed Bradley's no longer with us, right?
You think the movie's more than 20 years old?
Yeah. Close.
Yeah, probably just about.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
And it is. I was watching it too, just going like, this is such basic knowledge.
It was unbelievable.
Things.
Can't you just like have people raise their hand? Who doesn't know about the court system in America? And then bring those dummies to a separate room, and then the rest of us could like get on the long line to try to get out of jury duty.
Yeah,
that's what the line's called.
Start rocking the "let's get the fuck out of here" stories.
Because no one had a question. Like, I got a question. Should I check this box or this box? It was all like, I'm a teacher. I have 18 kids at home.
I was robbed once.
Right. I kind of enjoyed it as much as I bitched about it. I will have
life
no
experience.
I will have no problem sitting around there for a couple days.
Yeah,
just taking it all in because I love looking at people,
soaking it in.
I'm a people watcher. But the old guy, 86, holy fuck.
I can't hear.
That's all he said.
Poor old bastard.
I mean, it didn't go, look, you're 86, you served your country, go home.
Go home.
Enjoy the last few years of your life.
Yeah, why fucking tie up this guy? You know what? A few days works out to be a percentage of that guy's life.
Of course.
That he has left.
Of course.
Jesus.
That was funny, though.
Help him out. Send him home.
Mm-hmm. The royal baby. So what's the big? Are they going to announce the name today?
Who knows? Boy, are they so secretive.
And did you hear about the queen twat there?
What about her?
She
is quite the twat.
Yes, she is.
The one thing I heard yesterday was if they don't announce the birth of this baby before 9 o'clock their time, this bitch. You can respect her all you want across the pond, but this bitch goes to bed at 9.
Yeah, you can't roust her.
And she refused to stay awake, knowing that the birth was imminent.
Yeah.
I guess imminent at that point because no one really knew for sure. She refused to stay up past her bedtime.
Yeah.
So if they didn't give birth before 9 o'clock, they would have to wait to the next day to tell the world until this bitch wakes up and has her morning tea.
Wake the queen.
And these people deal with that shit over there? Who would deal with that shit?
Well, she probably, because she's so old. She's
been going to bed at 9 forever.
Oh, is that what it is?
Forever, yeah.
Do you know she makes $32 million a year?
Doing what?
Exactly. Just
showing up at shit.
Being the queen earns her $32 million a year.
That's like almost $1 million. That's like $750,000 a month.
It's crazy.
I would love to know what her actual skill is. Every single person has some kind of skill out there. What is hers? For real. What is it?
The wave. She did the queen wave thing. No one did that before her.
She started that?
Yeah, I think she started the old wrist twist.
But what is she good at?
Back in like World War II days, she was pretty handy with a fucking wrench.
Yeah.
On a Jeep.
Working on Jeeps and
Yeah, that's good for her.
But now,
there's a lot of guys that know how to take a wrench to a Jeep. They're not making $32 million a year.
No.
What the fuck?
Who was her husband?
The king.
When did he die?
I don't know.
Died in the 50s or 60s?
Did he?
Who died?
Her husband was king. When you see the king's speech, was that her father?
Really?
Wait, her husband's still alive.
No, Philip's a newer one. He's not.
Oh, she was married before that guy.
I'm thinking, is she not? Or no?
He's still alive.
Yeah, no, I know he's still alive.
No, Prince Philip, I know that.
He was just in the hospital recently with bad duties or something.
Prince Philip is her only husband.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she was never married to a king.
No, that guy who has to sit there and fucking
Prince Philip just be the fucking cuck, the queen's cuck.
This guy just eat her ass, I guess.
Oh God! Imagine
that's his royal
fucking
duty to eat the queen's ass.
it's a royal duty.
Yeah.
She was the daughter of King George.
Oh, and he was the one who
From
started,
the
right?
King's Speech.
Okay.
King's Speech was her father. Look at this. So many fucking educated people on Peloton.
And wait, did he have no sons or whatever that could do the throne? So
Your
that's
son.
so she became queen. But this guy, you can't marry in and be king, but you can marry in and be queen. Is that what it is?
She never married in.
Oh, yeah, what?
Well, no. But I'm saying Philip. How come Philip's not king?
Because he's not part of the bloodline.
His brother stepped down to marry the divorcee.
Right.
Yeah.
And who was that brother?
That was George's
You
brother.
can't marry in.
Yeah, you can't marry in, but it used to be the first son born, but they're changing the rules. God, how do I know this? Because I was watching this dumb shit as much as I made fun of it. They changed the rules, so now it is the first birth.
Oh,
So if
okay.
they had a daughter, she would be queen
She'd
someday.
still be able to.
Even if they went on to have a son.
Oh, for other
They're
trying to be
changing the
politically correct.
rules.
All right.
Yeah, they have officially changed the rules, or they're going to. I
Oh, so
guess.
if they had a daughter and then they had a son, the son's shit out of luck.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And now Harry doesn't even have a fucking chance now.
I don't give a fuck.
He doesn't
He's
care.
banging broads in
He's a
Vegas.
party animal.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want. He's so
No.
fucking cool. This kid. He doesn't even want it.
It goes from Prince Charles now
Right.
to
Prince William.
William, now to this little fucker.
Oh, over Harry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harry.
He's Fredo.
He's Fredo.
He
I
got
get
stepped
passed over.
He did
I
get-
get stepped over. He's leaning back in a chair with a fucking pussy
Right.
on his face.
Even if
He loves box.
even if Prince William dies tragically, let's say, yeah, I guess they
Right
would
to the
wait it out
kid.
to the kid.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, but there's Prince Charles first, who's been waiting forever.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy's only 64 years old.
Prince Charles?
He looks like shit.
He does. I thought he was like 70.
He's only 64. We've known him our entire lives. He's just always been there.
Fucking fuddy-duddy
He's
he
only
is.
64.
How old's the queen? She's what, 84? She's old, but she's not 98. I mean,
She's got to be mid 80s.
She could have 15 more years
I
left.
would bet 88.
Jesus.
I'm going 88, Sam Roberts.
and I think Prince Philip's in his fucking 90s.
Yeah.
That was me trying to make it cool by saying fucking.
Old
I like
Liz. Old Liz.
How old is she?
She is 87.
87
And
years.
Philip's what,
now.
92?
Close to 88, though. When's her birthday?
April.
Fuck! April.
April.
Son of a...
The Queen Mum.
Yeah, the Queen Mum. Yeah, they're talking about it over here.
All right, Victoria,
No,
KP,
never.
we're going to come back to this in a little bit, but we want to get to some of the other news that's going
Oh,
on.
that's a
Look
big
at that.
bitch. Holy fuck, she's huge.
Oh, in that red. Look at her.
Oh, my God. What happened with that plane? What's going on with planes? Was that LaGuardia?
Yeah.
What happened?
That's a good one.
Scary landing in LaGuardia.
Yeah, I guess they were having a little issue with their landing gear.
Yeah.
And they came in and the nose gear collapsed.
Wow.
And it dragged the nose on the runway, a bunch of sparks and stuff, and some smoke in the cabin.
Right.
From the friction and stuff. And then it stopped. I guess they realized there was no fire. The fire trucks pulled up. They kept the doors closed for a little while they foamed down the whole fucking thing. And then they opened up the doors, put the slides out, and people slid out. Took some really cool close-up pictures, too. Like, people were just like, hey, look, I was just in a plane crash. And and now this video, like, the odds of catching some kind of problem with a plane was very slim back in the day. Now, the last one you saw a little piece of, this one, you got video of it sliding down the runway.
Crazy.
It is amazing.
We were just talking about how LaGuardia is a scary airport to come into.
Yeah, I think if they knew there was a landing gear problem, they would have had them go to Kennedy.
And they have a short landing area, right?
Yeah,
landing
yeah.
strip or whatever.
Yep. But it
I mean, when
no one really hurt that bad.
Us Long Islanders see those planes landing in LaGuardia, and they take that sharp left banking turn to set up their landing.
Yeah, it's crazy over there.
You know, you
It's
fly
really
out
short.
to Vegas or Arizona, you don't even notice you're landing because it's just one straight, no maneuvers whatsoever, just slowly just descending in a straight line for
approach from the horizon. Doesn't matter.
For hundreds of miles. But these New York City airports, man, they have to make some fucking moves.
Like, there's a building. There's a bridge. Now we got to go down. Okay, land quick.
How about landing at Kennedy? All of a sudden they go out into the ocean.
Yeah.
And then the wing pretty much dips into the ocean as it now turns back toward
it's creepy looking.
Toward Kennedy. Newark isn't as bad. Newark is
pretty
you come in
smooth,
pretty smooth, but
they it was just with all the buildings and then there's they change things around because people bitched around about the sound and shit like that. So they have the planes do a little zigging and zagging over some neighborhoods to avoid some of the neighborhoods.
Right.
So you do kind of really you're all over the place.
Right.
But this guy,
where was this coming in from?
Nashville.
Oh, wow.
I think
Northwest.
I think it was Nashville, Southwest. Yeah.
Oh, Southwest plane?
Southwest plane, fucking
right.
Honk. That was that, but people were getting off and then turning around immediately and just taking pictures. Like, I just came off of this thing. It's fucked up.
That is fucked up. Yeah, I saw you tweeted yesterday. I thought, stupid me, I thought it was like somewhere else from a faraway lawn.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it was in our backyard until later on in the day.
LaGuardia. It's amazing. I had the news on, too, and they were going off on this stupid fucking royal baby thing. But it's amazing the delay between when it happened, because I saw the tweet from New York City Aviation. I follow them on the Twitter. And it was immediate. It was there's a problem, plane nose gear collapsed.
Of course.
And then they started posting pictures, so I got some of those and retweeted them. And then it was like an hour later, the news was like, this just coming in from LaGuardia. What? Here's our live picture. And it's like, this happened an hour ago.
Why are they
in this day and age?
Why are they up to speed like we are, the regulars out there with Twitter accounts?
You would think.
Because they're following the same shit.
Yeah, you would think.
Why wouldn't you pop up a picture, immediately on your newscast?
Yeah.
They probably had to get the anchor. We got to get the anchor and get him in here.
Get him in here. Enough of this
so we can report the story. We need our #1 anchor for this story. Where is he? Oh, he's on the golf course, sir.
But social media has just been amazing with that. You got to take the people, but in between that, you're getting news the second it happens from people that are right the fuck there.
Yep.
It's quite amazing indeed.
Yeah, they're becoming antiquated, the news.
Yeah.
Aren't they now?
Yeah, they were the ones that were, told you what was happening in the world, and now you just find out from the people that it's happening to.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Remember when the news cycle was 24 hours?
Less filters that way.
Yes,
that's why
filters.
I like it. That's why I like going to Twitter for news.
Remember when you didn't get the news for a good 24 hours, international news especially? Sure. You didn't get it for a day. Like, they would talk about the Nam, and it was yesterday's Nam news. Mm-hmm. And you'd get like, here's what happened today in Vietnam and the city of Hue. And it was like, that was yesterday. Now something happens and you're like, immediately.
Right.
Pretty fucking amazing.
There's a story in the paper today. I just realized.
I think there's a few.
Well, there's a really good one. That heat wave brings out fucking lunatics.
Oh, yeah.
I've always said it. If you want to get some real good people watching in, when a heat wave hits New York City or probably most cities, the fucking people that are scared to go outside go outside because they can't handle their hot apartments anymore.
Heat. Oh.
They can handle it when it's 80, 85, but when you start pushing 100, it forces all these people out. And you get lunatics walking the street. Wow. And then they go back in when it goes back down to 80.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I've noticed this for years.
What do? They walk the streets like
yeah, you get some
people?
you get a lot more crazies out there. No, not the type of crazies that are going to hurt you.
Like violent, no. Like just, what, fucking agoraphobics? And, things like that?
Yeah, talking to themselves.
Social fucking...
All that
problems.
Shit. People that'll just walk around collecting cigarette butts because they have to, or something will happen to them if they don't.
Those people.
But anyway.
Step on a crack, break your mother's back, kind of fucking playing hopscotch down the sidewalk.
But there's this story in the paper. I got to find the paper in one of the public pools.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about the broad in the pink
in the
thong?
bikini that was...
Oh, you heard?
Yeah, I heard on the news on the way in. Yeah, it was on 1010 Wins.
What the fuck was her problem? I love it.
Not a problem, I guess. She was a hoe.
She at a public pool, she decided to find a pole and started gyrating against the pole.
She was twerking, I guess.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, she was twerking against the pole. She's holding on to the pole and shaking that A.
There he is.
Oh, look at his face.
Page 7 with his scroll. Fucking dressed like an asshole. Why would you dress like that?
It's oldie style.
I gotta find dirty pool perps. Oh, yeah.
We were posting some video of that part of Braveheart where Longshank's son and his gay lover. I am... what did he say? I'm an expert in the arts of war. Oh, who is this giving me? And he throws him out the window. Yeah. What a great scene that is.
A sick scene.
Fuck.
I don't know. I hope this version of the story is good. I read the other paper. The heat wave sent tempers flaring and hormones raging at pools across the city last week. More than a dozen people were arrested at public swimming pools for fighting and other bad behavior, including a 21-year-old woman in a thong swimsuit who gyrated against the pole at High Bridge Pool in Washington Heights and asked passerbys to smack her behind.
I bet she said ass.
They arrested her for that?
Smack that ass. Yeah, some kind of indecent shit.
Oh, come on. How do you arrest that girl? What a
I guess
great
because
girl.
it was at a public pool with
Exactly.
kids.
Good for the community.
With kids.
Keep spirits up.
Imagine parents are just like, first of all, if you're a parent and you bring your kid to one of those public pools, you're fucking got to be crazy anyway. Yeah. But, I don't think they want to see this woman gyrating like a stripper getting her ass beat. In a thong, yeah.
And then getting smacked or spanked. I'm sure she said spank me, but they can't put that in the paper, right?
Smack my ass. I bet she was there. Come on, smack my ass.
You don't think she said smack my behind?
No.
Give my fanny a swat?
Oh, God, no.
You don't think that's Bronx talk or whatever?
No.
Hit my hiney.
Yeah. Give my backside a friendly whack, gents.
She was charged with disorderly conduct, trespassing, obstruction of governmental administration, and resisting arrest after she turned the pool into her own personal strip club. This rules. I love shit like this. Sporting a pink thong and white sandals, grabbed the railing by the pool and performed a striptease act. She urged swimmers to give her bottom a smack, and some people obliged, while others left the pool in disgust. Who leaves the pool in disgust?
Maybe those parents again.
Right.
That don't want their little kids seeing that fucking fat ass getting smacked.
She was told to leave. That's when she went ballistic, cops said. And then she says, don't hate because I have a body and look good.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, the cops are going to understand that. You're right. You got a body and it looks good, so okay. Carry on, ma'am.
And then I'm sure there was that resisting arrest charge was because any time you see a black woman getting arrested, the second the cops touch them, they do the, don't touch me! Don't you touch me!
Right.
And they start trying to get away, and then it's fun. World star hip hop.
Let's see. She ended up on the ground when cops tried to escort her away from the pool, and a scuffle ensued. And then the cops said that they had a real tough time handcuffing her because she was really slippery from the suntan lotion.
I bet. Some of that fucking coconut oil. Yeah. What was that other page that you had there, Sonny Boy? 13 arrested as pool violence explodes. In Brooklyn, pool was closed for hours on Sunday morning due to gunshots being fired at the adjacent projects. Then the Astoria pool, we have arrest of 14-year-old male for disorderly conduct and 4 others for leaving the pool for other pool-related incidents. Took police officers and pepper spray to subdue an out-of-control 14-year-old teen on Saturday night.
Fucking behave themselves.
Apparently they can't. What else happened? Could you scroll a little more? Is that it? Oh, yeah, it came to us. It says, 20 minutes later, a group of teens, reportedly friends of the 14-year-old involved in the prior incident, were, where is that? Arrested for robbery.
Sure, good.
2 people during a robbery.
Sure, good.
They proceeded to steal a cell phone and mini speakers from one of the men. When he resisted, he was beaten. When friends attempted to intervene, he too was assaulted. Both men were punched numerous times in the process.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
Arrested Javon. Javon, whatever. And then another pool, a Harlem team was arrested. Where is that? For causing disturbance. Public pool was acting in a tumultuous and violent manner. Then we got one at the Crotona pool, the Sunset pool. Arrested Lorenzo Luis. It's just insane. Who goes to the public pool?
A lot of
You can't
people
just go and swim and stop behaving. Can't people not be fucking animals? Just go to the pool and stop acting like cocks.
You just don't understand.
Fucking irritates me. Go to the pool and act properly.
Trying to cool off.
Yeah, go to the pool. Take a dip. Splash, splash. Go home. Fucking animals.
Splash.
You literally, if you can't behave in a public pool, you should just be shot.
Yeah. Remember the Wildings in the public pools years ago? A girl would go in there and they would just fucking pretty much rape her in the pool.
I used to enjoy going to the public pools every once in a while.
That was very
Where at?
Sure.
As a family, we went down to, I believe Jones Beach used to have a huge public pool, and we'd go there. And I really, really liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah, they had the big fucking diving boards.
High diving boards, yeah.
And the pool felt like a mini lake. It was so huge.
I'm sure
we would go in the waves,
insurance.
but the waves would be a little too rough because we're younger, so then we'd go into the pool. I liked it.
Pool to pond.
I didn't mind it, actually.
No?
Yeah.
I remember the public pool was fine when I was a kid, but again, it was in Edison.
Sure.
Oh, it was a different time.
Yeah, or a different neighborhood, I guess.
Different place.
But the chlorine would get you. They chlorine.
Oh, they chlorinate the shit out of it. Every kid would come out with fucking
red
zombie eyes. Yeah.
Oh, it's just people being savage in the pool area.
Why? Right?
They should literally just hire 10 cops with fucking billy clubs to stand there, and if you act wrong, you get your shins smashed. Then you have to limp out with your fucking barefoot and stinking of chlorine and a broken shin.
Just smashing people's legs.
Exactly, McCluskey, fucking smashing shins of poorly behaved pool goers.
All right, hold him up.
McCluskey punching jaws all over the
He's a third
place.
grade dropout captain. Fucking blithering idiots. Just literally, there are pockets of society. You're blithering idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no real structure. There's no, I guess, that's kind of what Obama was talking about, too. And then O'Reilly had a good talking points.
I was in the
beginning
Fox
of his
dress.
show
I was
yesterday.
by the way, his interns, O'Reilly.
Yeah.
He has one intern who's so beautiful, I almost wept.
Really?
Oh my! I wanted to just. You ever just look at someone and go, "I want to cry looking at you. You're so perfect." But we were watching the other because I did Red Eye. We were in the other agreement. I couldn't hear a word he said, but you could see that he was really getting amped up.
Yelling.
Well, I saw
and
your
getting amped.
I saw your tweet where you said O'Reilly's yelling at me
because I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching it, and I just felt like I was being talked to by O'Reilly.
Do we have it here?
It was let's
listen to this.
This is pretty good.
Oh, wow. So far, I like it a lot. Oh, wow. I'm making a great point there.
Subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. On Friday, the president delivered surprise remarks to the press about the Trayvon Martin case and race in general. His main point, a plea for understanding.
There are very few African-American men in this country who haven't had the experience of being followed when they were shopping in a department store. That includes me. I don't want to exaggerate this, but those sets of experiences inform how the African American community interprets what happened one night in Florida.
And that's true. Many black Americans harbor at least some resentment for past injury. But what President Obama surely knows is that you cannot reach a fair criminal verdict or design effective public policy that solves present problems by dwelling on the sins of the past. Talking Points believes the president was correct in addressing the race issue and framing it with the Martin case. He's the leader of America, and the country's talking about this. By the way, when you hear a pundit or politician saying we should have a, quote, conversation about race, that means you're in for a sea of bloviating, which will likely lead nowhere.
Bravo.
The sad truth is that from the president on down, our leadership has no clue at all, about how to solve problems within the black community. And many are frightened to even broach the issue.
Yep.
That's because race hustlers and the grievance industry have intimidated the so-called conversation, turning any valid criticism of African-American culture into charges of racial bias.
Yes.
So many in power simply walk away, leaving millions of law-abiding African-Americans to pretty much fend for themselves in violent neighborhoods. You want racism? That's racism. Thus, it is time for some straight talk. And I hope the president is listening tonight, because we need him to lead on this issue.
O'Reilly.
Trayvon Martin was killed because circumstances got out of control. He was scrutinized by neighborhood watchman George Zimmerman because of the way he looked. Not necessarily his skin color, there's no evidence of that, but because he was a stranger to Zimmerman and was dressed in clothing sometimes used by street criminals. It was wrong for Zimmerman to confront Martin based on his appearance. But the culture that we have in this country does lead to criminal profiling because young black American men are so often involved in crime. The statistics, overwhelming. But here's the headline. Young black men commit homicides at a rate 10 times greater than whites and Hispanics combined.
There you go.
When presented with damning evidence like that, and like the mini Holocaust in Chicago, where hundreds of African Americans are murdered each year, the civil rights industry looks the other way or makes excuses. They blame guns, poor education, lack of jobs. Rarely do they define the problem accurately. So here it is. The reason there is so much violence and chaos in the black precincts is the disintegration of the African American family. Right now, about 73% of all black babies are born out of wedlock. That drives poverty. And the lack of involved fathers leads to young boys growing up resentful and unsupervised.
Bingo.
When was the last time you saw a public service ad telling young black girls to avoid becoming pregnant?
You'd be crucified.
Has President Obama done such an ad?
Like
How about Jackson or Sharpton? Has a congressional black caucus demanded an ad like that? How about the PC pundits who work for NBC News? White people don't force black people to have babies out of wedlock. That's a personal decision. A decision that has devastated millions of children and led to disaster both socially and economically. So, raised without much structure, young black men often reject education and gravitate towards the street culture, drugs, hustling, gangs. Nobody forces them to do that. Again, it is a personal decision. But the entertainment industry encourages the irresponsibility by marketing a gangsta culture, hip-hop movies, trashy TV shows to impressionable children. In fact, President Obama has welcomed some of the worst offenders in that cesspool to the White House, when he should be condemning what these weasels are doing. These so-called entertainers get rich, while the kids who emulate their lyrics and attitude destroy themselves. And then there's the drug situation. Go to Detroit and ask anyone living on the south side of the 8 Mile Road what destroyed their city. They will tell you narcotics. They know addiction leads to crime and debasement. But what do the race hustlers and limousine liberals yell about? The number of black men in prison for selling drugs. Oh, it's so unfair. It's a nonviolent crime. And blacks are targeted. That is one of the biggest lies in the history of this country. The thugs who sell hard drugs, no matter what color they are, deserve to be put away for long periods of time. They sell poison. They sell a product that enslaves and kills. They are scum. When was the last time you heard the Congressional Black Caucus say that? How about Jackson and Sharpton? How about President Obama? The solution to the epidemic of violent crime in poor black neighborhoods is to actively discourage pregnancies out of marriage, to impose strict discipline in the public schools, including mandatory student uniforms, and to create a zero-tolerance policy for gun and drug crimes, imposing harsh mandatory prison time on the offenders. And finally, challenging the entertainment industry to stop peddling garbage. Hey, listen up, you greed heads. If a kid can't speak proper English, uses the F word in every sentence, is disrespectful in his or her manner, that child will never be able to compete in the marketplace of America. Never. And it has nothing to do with slavery. It has everything to do with you Hollywood people and you derelict parents. You're the ones hurting these vulnerable children. You want a conversation? You got it. You want a better situation for blacks? Give them a chance to revive their neighborhoods and culture. Work with the good people to stop the bad people. Pumping money into the chaos does little. You can't legislate good parenting or responsible entertainment. But you can fight against the madness with discipline, a firm message, and little tolerance for excuse making. It is now time for the African American leadership, including President Obama, to stop the nonsense. Walk away from the world of victimization and grievance. And lead the way out of this mess.
Just walk away.
And that's a memo.
Damn.
It's too bad not one black person heard what Riley had to say.
Not one black person heard that.
He just said that to a wall.
He's right about most of it.
Oh, it was great.
You can't agree with everything there.
You Hollywood people. He kind of lost me on. Really, Bill?
I like limousine liberal. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like how he says Jackson and Sharpton.
Jackson and Sharpton and his ilk.
He was.
I like it. I like that.
Hey, you know what? It's out there. It's honest. It's a
little more, a little braver than most.
Than most people. You know, he wasn't tiptoeing around the fact of even saying black instead of African American. You know, and he's right about the family unit and stuff. When you get a 75% illegitimacy rate like that, it's going to cause problems, and you see it in a lot of the younger black kids that are growing up without any type of male representation of the family. A mother that doesn't do anything, she's powerless to do anything as far as discipline goes. Sorry. I mean, we all like sitting here and thinking, oh, a family could be anything. It could be the single mom. It could be that. But when it's this institutional version of just fucking the single mom that does nothing, she collects welfare, she has no discipline over the child, they're going to run rampant. And that's what we're seeing at this point. We're seeing young teens running rampant in big cities.
And he's right about I'll say this about the entertainment industry, what makes me sick. I don't think they cause the problems, but they do glorify it. And what bothers me is I don't care if they glorify it, but then they come out and try to do public service announcements.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't mind movies like Two Guns. I don't give a fuck. I don't believe that makes people commit crimes. But then don't come out and preach to me about how to speak or think or address issues. That's where entertainment loses because they try to be fucking preachy despite what they do to make money. It's like, just do what you do to make money and go home and stop feeling guilty, collect your millions, and shut the fuck up.
I don't think the entertainment industry should be blamed for anything like that. But parents should be blamed for, or parent should be blamed for allowing their kid to listen to certain things. Yeah. There's a parenting issue like there is with any movie that's a little too much for certain kids to watch. Yeah. And there's music that kids at that age probably shouldn't be influenced by that much.
But you have to have parents to even go down that road.
Right, exactly. You need parents that are going to say no. And when you're learning how to speak, and all you're getting it from is the entertainment industry, he's right. Yeah, how are you going to compete when you got people like fucking Rachel Jeantel and the way she speaks trying to apply for a job? If she sat down in front of your desk for a job interview, would you entertain the thought of hiring her for a second?
Honestly, it would depend on the Rachel Jeantel you got. If you got the one in court, because apparently she's got like a decent GPA, like she's not. You might get a different version if you sat in front of her.
She's got a decent GPA because they just fucking shove these people through.
Maybe.
She's 19 and she's still in high school.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, she doesn't have a
They
real
pass them all
real
right
GPA.
through. She couldn't speak. What?
Doesn't she speak 3 languages, though?
Please.
She speaks 3
So
languages because she was raised in a fucking household that spoke 3 languages. She didn't learn English and then go off to school and learn 2 other languages.
Learn French.
There's plenty of dummies that know 2 languages because there's 2 languages being spoken in the house.
She's delightful.
She's a tool. She's a big, fat, dumb mess.
Here we go. Here's Amanda in Nashville, Tennessee. Amanda.
Yes, hi.
Hello. Are you a black lady?
No, God, no. I'm white and proud.
All
right. Wow.
So what do you got on the topic at hand?
Okay. Well, like yesterday, my husband and I are watching TV, and they're showing these shows, making fun of kids between 3 to 10-year-olds, black children, of course, humping each other and dancing.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
And you're like, okay, you guys are going to jump up and down about this race card thing. Well, what are you doing about your children? Why is it that black children are allowed to act like...
But isn't that good, clean fun as long as no semen is being spilled?
Not to the degree that I saw that. Yeah, sure.
When you see fucking 7...
When you're a certain age,
7 and 8-year-olds are grinding on each other, literally
What show is
grinding
this?
on. I've seen plenty of videos on. I guess they
Star
were showing,
Hip-Hop.
and then I guess some of the TV shows pick up and like, oh, look at this funny video,
right?
And it's it's kids grinding on each other like they're fucking.
And when you talk to the parents about it, they're like, oh, well, that's just a cultural thing. That's just what we do.
That's the new cop-out. That's the new excuse. It's like, and that's because too many white people have been saying, like, well, this is a problem. This is a problem. And then you'll get the excuse of, you can't address this because this is our culture. And you can't excuse it by calling it a culture.
But if,
yes, Jimmy.
if you say something negative is cultural, you're called a racist. Or,
Yes.
or whatever. But if you say something positive is cultural, that's acceptable.
That's acceptable, and it's great.
If a
Right.
white family let their children act that way, or Hispanic, they would be yanked out of the home in a second.
Yeah.
When you let the black kids act that way, oh, that's just our culture, that's just our way. Well, that's the reason why y'all are getting pregnant at 10 and 12 years old. That's the why that most of, these people who have no concern over anything other than what the world is going to give them.
Yep.
Like, no.
They're sexualizing him at a very early age, and again, that just leads to more illegitimate children, and I don't know. At least people are talking about it, but it's so hard to speak honestly. If you speak honestly, I challenge anybody to go on Twitter and speak openly and honestly and respectfully, but you will be you'll get a shitload of tweets about what a racist you are. It's amazing.
It doesn't matter how respectful you are. You're a piece of shit if you are any color if you're white, you're a racist and you're a piece of shit if you mention anything about any other race.
Yeah.
However, it's perfectly okay for them to dog everyone else in the world. No.
I hear you.
Control this shit.
All right, Amanda. Thank you for your input.
All
there
right,
in Nashville.
All right,
Thank
then.
you. Tennessee.
Let's say hi to John. John, what's up?
Hi, John.
Hey, boys.
Yo.
I was giving you a call with Pierce Morgan. I think it was maybe last week. You guys might have already discussed it.
Pierce.
He had on a black leader that actually took O'Reilly's standpoint.
Yeah, I saw that. Owned him. Fucking owned him.
Owned who?
The black guy owned Piers, man. Just fucking... Piers was trying to say shit, and this guy was just schooling him. I forgot who it was. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Larry Elder.
There he is. What's his name?
Oh, Larry Elder.
Yeah, Larry Elder.
Well, Larry Elder
did him up. He lit up Piers.
Really? How long is this clip?
I don't know.
She's stupid, Larry.
2 minutes.
To black people. I think you're stupid for saying that kind of thing to try to get black
That
people
wasn't my
convinced
question.
that race and racism
Do you think
remains a major
Rachel
problem in
Jeantel
America
is-
when it doesn't.
Do you
Racism
think
is
she's
not a major
stupid,
problem
Larry?
in America anymore, Pierce. Racism is not a major problem in America anymore. The number one problem facing black people are the large number of black people born outside of wedlock. 75%. In 1960, 5% of all people in this country were born outside of wedlock. Fast forward, Pierce, the number now is 43%. You look at that for crime, dropouts, all that kind of stuff is connected. The other big problem facing black America, Pierce, is the economy. 1 in 2 black men does not have a job, and one of the heads of the Congressional Black Caucus once said, if a white person were in the White House, we'd be marching on the place because of the high unemployment. But we're talking about Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman as if it's the #1 problem facing black America. It isn't even remotely on the top 10 list.
Okay, Larry, this isn't a sort of competition to see who can be the greatest filibuster in my show's history.
I'm not trying to filibuster. I'm just trying to make some common sense about what I'm not hearing on your show.
Let me just get back to the question I asked you and see if you can actually answer the question. Do you think that Rachel Jeantel is stupid?
I would say I think she's ignorant and uneducated.
I would rather have a George Zimmerman living in my neighborhood, and maybe if George Zimmerman were living in my neighborhood, we'd have fewer Oreo Castros. I thought we wanted people to be proactive. I thought we wanted people to say something. I know, I'm answering something different.
Could you pause this for a second?
Answer my question.
Piers is baiting him and trying to get him to say Rachel Jeantel is stupid, and that would be the headline. Oh, he says she's stupid. The actual answer is she's uneducated. She's ignorant, so I can't tell if she's stupid. Her lack of an education and her lack of an ability to articulate it prevents me from judging whether she's stupid or not.
But who cares if she is or not?
Exactly.
It's such an irrelevant.
It's an irrelevant
This guy's
question.
talking about problems in the black community and crime. And fucking Piers is, do you think this chick is stupid? Who gives a fuck?
It is a dumb-ass question.
It's a non-point.
Yes. This guy is getting into some real shit.
Right. He's getting into the real issue.
And he just
Piers
wants
to know if he's calling a girl stupid.
Is she stupid? Who cares if she is?
Right. This
She's
guy's
fat. You got me.
This guy's giving you good stuff here.
Yeah. Let her rep.
Sort of criminal. He's not a criminal. He's
George
a guy
Zimmerman
who cares about his neighborhood.
shot dead an
He's a guy who
unarmed
cares about his
teenager.
neighborhood. He's a neighborhood watcher.
The one that was punching him in the face.
Proactive, and there was crime in that neighborhood, Piers. I live in South Central.
There wasn't crime from Trayvon Martin in that neighborhood.
How do you know?
The burglar bars are not on there because of George Zimmerman. They're on there because of the minority of thug in the community that's messing up everybody's image and reputation. This is why people profile. Instead of being angry at George Zimmerman, be angry at the minority of the thug who's committing these kinds of crimes.
Okay, if I could jump in again. So, just to clarify, though, Trayvon Martin wasn't committing crimes in that neighborhood, was he?
It was an unfortunate incident. 2 people had preconceived
No one wants to answer
it never should have been happening.
This is where Larry Elder and black guys like this irritate me.
Yeah.
This is where like fucking Malcolm X would have fucking shoot his asshole out and spit it in his face. It comes to that point where it's like, it's more than an unfortunate incident. You got to say this was a tremendously bad fuck up and blunder. It was a terrible, and like with O'Reilly, I agree with him almost everything he said. But stop saying racial profiling was not a part of it. It was. And I'm not saying that it is right or wrong, but just don't deny that it was there. Of course that's why he was stopped. If he was a fucking Chinese woman in that fucking outfit, Zimmerman never would have stopped.
But do you think if it was a black guy in an Armani suit walking down the sidewalk that George Zimmerman would have stopped him?
No.
Exactly. So it's not a race thing,
They're
is
both
it?
parts of it. It's part of it, sure.
It's part of it. So you get a black guy in a hoodie walking around. When you look at closed-circuit fucking security cameras from convenience stores, black guys in hoodies are the majority of the people that are robbing those stores. That's the uniform of the fucking robber. It's like the old school fucking hood over the or fucking mask over the face. So you profile it based on the fact that the clothing, but also yes, that it's a young black male in that clothing. Like you said,
it's
if there's
part of
an
it.
Asian, but it's not just racial profiling. It's the whole picture. He's profiling that person. Everything about him.
Well, that's everything with profiling. For instance, no black guys in Armani suits don't get followed in stores either. You know what I mean? There's always a clothing aspect to it, or normally there is.
Sure.
I'm not saying every time, but a lot. So it's part of it. So just say what it is. It's like any type of profiling. There's usually another set besides.
But if you give in and fucking say that race is part of the profile, it will turn into you are racially profiling this gentleman.
But again, not giving in is the problem in these arguments. Everybody is so stuck on their point, and using this to segue into the next
Because
argument.
they'll twist around what you're saying.
What they do with it is irrelevant to being truthful. Let them try to twist it around. If you're telling the truth, that's the problem. Is everybody people care about Trayvon Martin, but nobody really cares. He's a talking point.
Right.
He's a fucking. True. He's Zimmerman is a point for people who are for the Second Amendment to hey, look, stay you, and the black thing is a talking point for black people and liberal. Everybody uses this shit as just a talking point for their own fucking argument.
Right.
True.
Without listening to the other side
Yeah,
at
and
all.
if racial profiling is a part of it, I understand why. Believe me. Again, Fat Nick in Queens, I was 100% with this guy, and he racially profiled.
Let's go to Steve in New York. Steve.
Yes.
Steve.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve. How are you, buddy?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
All right.
I'd like to join in on this conversation again. Look, racial profiling is an issue. I mean, Jim is absolutely right. You know, if you're really going to have an honest discussion about racial relations in this country, you have to deal with it honestly.
What's wrong with racially profiling? What's wrong with racially profiling somebody? And I bring up the example that we went through the other day. If you go into an ATM vestibule to go take some money out, and there's a couple of black guys in there wearing hoodies, sitting on the fucking one of the windowsills, maybe drinking some fucking booze or something. Would you take money out of that fucking ATM, or would you take money out from one where maybe there isn't anybody, or there's well-dressed people, white or Hispanic or even black? Wouldn't you profile those people for your own safety?
Well, frankly, Anthony, I would have the same negative reaction if I saw a white person or white people congregating in front of a ATM who were drinking, who were acting unruly.
Would you have the same? Wait. Hold on, sir. Let me ask you. Would you have the same exact reservations about taking money out, or would you, knowing that most of the times, if people are held up at an ATM vestibule, that it's by a young black male, wouldn't you profile that a little more than you would white guys?
I would profile the conduct of the individuals.
Well, then you're going to fucking get robbed at some point because you're not thinking. You're thinking emotionally and not fucking logically then. You're being dishonest. Sir, you're being dishonest.
No, Anthony, you're being ultra paranoid about everyday circumstances.
I don't think I'm paranoid. I walk around, I skip. I have a skip in my step when I walk.
You holler and yell about all these negative traits that you exclusively attribute to the black community, and quite frankly, those traits, negative traits, apply to just about everyone. You holler and yell about
at a far greater rate in the black community, a far greater rate of violent crime in the black community.
You know,
why am I supposed to not acknowledge that? Why am I supposed to go through my life not acknowledging that and not taking certain precautions to protect myself from that? Why?
You can acknowledge it. You can take.
No, I can't, apparently.
To improve it, but you don't negatively.
Fucking prove it. I'm talking about saving my own ass. That's all I care about, is walking through life and not getting fucked over. So I look, I assess situations, I walk away from the danger, and I walk toward the safety. That's it. Why is it a problem?
You're overindulgent.
No, I'm not overindulging.
It is, but it's overindulgent, and these kind of issues, quite frankly, is unhealthy. It is for everybody. I mean, for you to constantly harp on this day after day after day after day without offering positive, constructive solutions to it.
Positive, constructive? I've been saying the same thing O'Reilly said for years.
Nothing.
Really? How about black women stop fucking blasting kids out? How about that?
How about white women stop blasting kids out? And then you're talking about sexual...
There isn't a huge crime murder problem in the young white community. There isn't a giant murder problem in the young white community. Stop it. 75% illegitimacy in the black community. Stop it.
75% illegitimacy in the white community.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. You're a liar. You're lying now. Now you're just lying.
Look up the facts. Look up the facts, Anthony. The illegitimate
No.
rate in the white
75%. You're lying.
No,
How does the overall rate go down to 45% when the black rate is 75%? How do you factor that in? Mathematically, it doesn't work. Grab an abacus, you fucking moron.
Look at this guy. No, Anthony, you're the fucking moron.
Goodbye, racist. Bye, racist. Bye, racist. You're a racist. A dishonest, lying racist.
Anthony, you are the snowflake.
I'm done with you.
White. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up.
You're the racist.
You're the racist. You're a racist.
All right, let's go to Jackie on Long Island. Jackie.
Hi, Opie.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
When did Anthony become a racist? I haven't listened in a while. I just got a new car, and I got and oh my God!
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah, I didn't know this version of Anthony when we were at NEW.
Things have gotten worse. What can I tell you?
Listening to you guys always, and I loved Anthony. I thought he was the smartest guy on your show. And what's really pissing me off is that Jim is sitting there and you're sitting there not saying anything to him.
Shut up, you coal burner!
By the way, Miss, Anthony and I do debate this, and when I agree with some of what he says, and I don't agree with some of other stuff that he says. He's not. I don't think he's totally wrong. So when I feel Anthony is off on something, I give my opinion. What are you talking about?
I speak openly and honest about race in many ways. Some of it obviously comes off as racist. Other comes off as I'm knowledgeable on certain things. But anytime a white person addresses black issues and problems in the black community, they will be dubbed a racist. So you could call me a racist. I honestly don't think I'm racist. I mean, I have black friends.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think I'm racist, but people will see it that way. People that don't want to really open their eyes and take a look around and notice that there is a problem in the black community, and any white person that addresses it is a racist.
Jackie, what's your thought on the whole thing?
Okay, I think I have a little bit of racism in too. I think we all do. We were brought up like that, but we try to keep it in check. Anthony is
check. Why would you keep knowledge in check? Why would you keep an open dialogue about race in check? That's been the problem. Why not openly talk about it?
I do openly talk about it.
I don't think you do.
Talk about it as black people are bad and white people are good. It's not that simple.
Did I ever say that? Holy shit.
Do you mean on the air or off the air?
Oh, okay. See, and there is an element of humor here. I do like to play around with the fact that, I'm called a racist. It's kind of a funny character to portray on air. Do you understand a little bit?
Oh, it's a character.
A little bit.
Oh, all right.
Funny.
Yeah, the part where I'm tolerant.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I've seen this character. I've seen this character in the pool,
It's
in
a great
hotels.
character.
Right. Wow.
Oh, you're damn good.
Wow.
This guy's some great character.
I'm a fucking method actor.
He's all in.
You know
when is the movie going to stop being filmed?
Like Steve, who calls. I like Steve as a caller. He calls in. He's a regular listener. But you
love
can't,
Steve because it gets Anthony screaming by the end of it.
He does always.
But you can't deny, it's like when you're arguing emotionally, you can't deny, you're right about, if you go to a, part of it is clothing. Like, if you go to an ATM, I wouldn't be scared if there was 4 black guys in suits joking around the ATM.
No,
4 guys in hoodies in South Philly would make me nervous.
Right, reservations.
Yeah, I mean, and it's okay to admit that. It's not,
apparently it isn't, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It isn't okay to admit that.
But we're on to the hoodie, so if I was a black guy and I want to do harm, I would go steal an Armani suit and start doing my crime in an Armani suit.
Start doing it in a suit. People be like, oh, that's nice.
The only problem with the outfit argument with Trayvon is what would have been an outfit that was appropriate for the rain for him.
That's true.
Literally, it was a weather appropriate outfit, and the hoodie is something that athletes. It is something criminals wear, but a hood over your face, like a stocking, is something only criminals wear. A hoodie is something that everybody wears.
Yeah.
So there has to be a different level of profiling with it, because if it's raining and someone has a hoodie on. His only other option was to wear a suit and carry an umbrella.
He could wear a Gorton's Gloucester fisherman hat.
But I mean, what are the other options for him walking through the neighborhood in the rain?
I hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jackie, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Rescue me, please. Help me.
Come on.
Help me.
All right, why don't we take our first break here?
Yes.
Well, okay. We got Nicky Glazer and Sarah Schaefer coming in. Season 2 of their MTV show.
All right.
Yes.
They came in for the first season. They were terrific ladies.
Them
and
two dames.
We're having them back to do a little promotion. Maybe get a couple laughs in.
And we have to have, a good thing we didn't have any of their guests listed on the prep sheet. We do have the one guest. Their first one was Kesha, which we had last year.
What?
The Kesha with the guest list. I'd love to have a nice guest list, but it's the same prep sheet as last year. And we have Ray Mancini, whose documentary was really good, man.
Boom Boom.
Really good.
Is coming in here today. Very cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Me too. I've never met him. Well.
That's the way you're ending it? All right.
No. You're right. Iraq's right.
No, that was a little weird.
We almost
can't
ended
blame
it
him.
shitty.
We should, you know what? We should play the Iraq song going in a break.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
There you go.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony. On Sirius XM. The guys are back from the toilet. And now, back to our show. The Opie and Anthony Show.
What's this?
Boogie Nights.
Oh,
party.
All right. Okay. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Got it. 46 years old today.
Oh, I was just watched him. Oh, this woo, dancing from Boogie Nights.
I got to watch Boogie Nights again.
That scene is so funny where this is playing and they're at the disco and they start fucking doing that dance.
Oh, I don't
together.
remember this song.
Oh, it's fucking great.
I remember the part about the song.
What a great scene that was. Damn.
I want to wish my dad a very happy birthday.
Look at that. That's great.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Don Imus, my dad.
Oh, that dad.
Yes.
Imus.
He's 73 today.
73, no. How great is that? Happy birthday, man. 73 years old today. Imus in the morning.
Hey, you got O'Reilly on the phone as we speak. Mr. Imus has Bill O'Reilly, because people are talking about what Bill O'Reilly said.
Oh, yeah.
We just played it on our show.
It's a big story. when they both come out. I'll
go back to that. Fuck it. Let's go back and forth. Back to Boogie Nights.
Rewind to that part where he's dancing with the...
Crawler girl?
Yeah.
Look at Luis Guzman in the back.
Yeah, Luis Guzman.
Just trying to get in a porno movie.
It's so ridiculous. What a fucking great movie Boogie Nights is.
Don't you think John C. Reilly should be even more famous than he is?
He's fucking amazing.
He really is amazing. We had him on once. I'd like to have him back on.
Yeah. I just watched Philip Seymour Hoffman in Twister again the other day. Yeah.
Stop watching that.
I can't stop watching
really,
Twister.
stop watching that. Is
Dude,
right.
I can't stop watching it.
It's that goofy.
It comes on and I'm just it angers me, but I have to watch it.
I watched Philip Seymour Hoffman slamming down some drinks at a fine steak joint.
Yes, huh?
I think he finally decided to maybe do a little something about that, right?
Was he like Dusty? Yeah, the extreme.
He wasn't slamming, but he was certainly enjoying his cocktails at this particular joint a few months back.
It's going green. Yeah, greenage.
Ew, when did he say greenage?
He said that
No, he didn't.
when the extreme was looking at the horizon, right?
I don't believe it.
And the extreme was looking at the horizon, and Dusty came walking up to him, and he goes, "What do you think?" And they're like, whoosh, he's like all the instrumentation, machinery, and everything. You can throw that fucking shit out the window because the extreme just has to pick up a handful of dirt and smell it, and then let it run through his fingers in the wind and look around. The weather talks to him. So at one point he looks and he goes, "It's turning green," which like kind of the light and everything kind of gets this green tinge to it. And then Philip Seymour Hoffman goes, "Yeah, greenage."
Dude, I have goosebumps all over my body.
It's terrible.
I think I came in second. I've seen the extreme in high gear.
You guys got to get some new stories.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go clean up.
So, we get this one near Dalton, right? Oh, God. We're way too close, and Joe's got the vid on it. She's filming it, right? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
He's telling his story.
this shitty-looking Green Valiant comes pulling up right in the way.
The extreme.
She starts yelling, and this loser stumbles out of the car. He's got like a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand. He's naked. He is butt naked. Naked.
He's naked, dude. This is crazy.
Not naked.
He's the extreme.
He's without apparel. Half naked.
Pause.
Naked.
Rewind 10 seconds.
Oh, no.
I thought,
What
to
happened?
be humorous, somebody said he was without apparel.
Yes, he did.
I thought I heard that. I know I must be mistaken.
Yeah, the rabbit is good, the rabbit is wise.
He is butt naked. Naked. Not naked. I was not naked. He's without apparel.
You don't like that, Jimmy?
It's literally.
Why? That's fun.
I'm trying to
Good
go.
stuff.
I'm going through my life. It could be the worst thing I've ever heard.
Ever, right?
Yeah.
Why, man? That's good stuff. You got to find
He is
other words
without
for clothes.
Apparel.
Who would have thought that Cameron would be in something shitty enough that for a second you could forget about Ferris Bueller?
Ferris
That's how
Bueller.
shitty it is.
Yes!
It was a
For a
blockbuster, Sam Roberts.
That it was.
This was a big movie for him.
I don't know how this was a big movie. It is so bad on every level. It's already here. Yeah.
We haven't done this break yet, right, E-Rock?
E-Rock? We've never talked about Twister and played clips.
No, we definitely have.
Oh, Jimmy! Yeah, so I had to. You want to hear how obsessed I am and with stupid Twister? It was on ABC Family,
right?
And I knew there were a couple of curse words, and I didn't want commercials,
right?
So I just went to On Demand, and I watched it on demand.
You paid money to watch it?
Well, like $2.
That's still.
Yeah.
Oh, it's down to a $2 movie?
Yeah,
Oh.
this is real cheap.
Ouch.
But I you know why? Because people were tweeting from watching it on ABC Family, so I wanted to be involved in a little tweetage. But I tweeted.
You wanted to be involved in a little what?
Greenage.
Where's Greenage? I want to see that.
I don't think it's
What
part
about
of the
Greenage?
I want more Philip Seymour Hoffman. Greenage.
Well, you'll get some right here.
Oh, this is...
So Joe's yelling at him to get out of the way, right? So he strolls up to the Twister and he says, "Have a drink," and he chucks the bottle into the Twister and it never hits the ground.
Twister caught it and sucked it right up.
Honey, this is a tissue of lies. See, there was another Bill, an evil Bill, and I killed him.
What's he yelling about?
There he always yelling.
Why did he yell? What did he just yell?
Because he's extreme.
But what did he yell? No, why did he yell that?
I don't know.
I would have said, "What do you mean you killed Bill, douche?"
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Shut up. You didn't.
They all lick Bill's ass because he's the extreme.
Oh, is that his nickname?
Of course it is.
I've never watched this whole movie. You've
never watched the whole movie?
You?
Let's have a viewing.
Come over to my house. You can watch it with
I'm
me.
afraid I won't get through it.
You probably wouldn't.
You'll get through it.
I'm afraid I'll carve my own skin off.
You'll enjoy it.
It's bad.
By the way, they're ruling out foul play in the roller coaster death.
What do they think?
Chicken's got nothing to do with it.
Oh,
that's an actual headline today.
Yeah.
They're ruling out foul play, which would mean that she was pushed off the roller coaster.
What an elaborate
basically.
plan someone would have to murder her.
Right.
I'll get her on the roller coaster.
Well, thank God they're ruling out foul play.
Maybe they have to. I don't know. That's who would think?
Well,
that
it shouldn't be a huge headline on all the news channels. I think we could assume that there was no foul play involved.
The operator of that fucking ride is going to be in some Dutch.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
For not making sure it clicked.
Yeah, and
Gotta
she
make
even
sure it
said,
clicks.
She goes, yeah, I fucking... It's not really clicking. And he said, it should be fine. I guess
You never want to hear should be fine.
No. I guess she came over the top of one thing, put her hands up, and just flew right out of the fucking car.
She put her hands up to have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, the poor fatso.
Exactly.
Man. Tragic.
Ride
Do you guys like roller coasters?
Until
Not really.
safe.
They scare me.
Oh, dude, I got to show you one.
A new one?
No, I'm just kidding. I was
Oh, you
redoing the break
scared
from
me.
yesterday.
The break from yesterday.
You just scared me.
Oh, they're playing the clip we were playing yesterday.
Yeah, we played that clip.
Of the two guys fucking
The two
enjoying themselves.
dorks.
They are a couple of geeks.
What are
aren't
they, roller coaster enthusiasts? They have to ride every roller coaster in America?
Yeah, one of those.
I'd like to get him in studio. He's the second highest grossing comic of the year last year.
Than what you'll see in Vegas. So if you come out to, let's see, on Thursday, we're going to be in Westbury
He's
at the
evangelical.
theater at Westbury. And then we're going to be at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark on...
Yeah, he started on America's Got Talent, and now he's making just ridiculous money in Vegas.
What the fuck
I always
is with
forget his
these-
name.
Something Fader. I don't remember.
Ventriloquist acts.
Yeah, he's
brilliant though, Ant. It's unbelievable how good he is.
Yeah?
Oh, he's ridiculous.
He's got a little crash test dummy.
Trouble yourself separating what's you.
A little turtle. He used a little turtle, too. Look, it's moving its head.
Oh, it's a turtle. I would, yeah.
He's doing an interview, and he's got the turtle, like, looking at him.
I thought he had Jim Norton on his lap.
Oh, Jimmy.
She loves puppets. Yes, she does. That's true. That's very true. What do you tell you? Have a night job? I mean, what
I would say something like, what, are they going to make turtle soup out of me or something?
That's a good one,
I'll
Chip.
be a fucking great ventriloquist.
Oh, is that it? Let's see a little of his...
Girlfriend broke up with me. Did she say why? She said I was moving too fast. I'm gonna dedicate this song to her. I thought that I was over you.
Yeah, Terry Fader. Yeah.
But it's true, so true. I love you even more.
He's singing
than I did
without his lips moving.
He's very good.
What can I do? Oh, you don't.
It's not funny, though.
No, it's... The Hoff is laughing.
Oh, I forgot he was on that show.
Remember the Hoff was
Holy
on that?
fuck, yeah.
What are they?
No one's laughing. What? It's not. It's good ventriloquism, though.
I think they take
yeah, of course,
clips from other parts of the show.
Of course they do.
I bet they have like a really good comic come out beforehand, and they just get crowd shots of the crowd laughing.
No, they couldn't have a really good comic come out. They say, here's what happens. An audience coordinator comes out there and says, okay, everybody, give me a laugh. And they laugh and film it.
Really?
Believe me, I won't allow that at my shows, but they try to do it in British.
Oh, no. Piers was on this, too.
No, this doesn't work on the radio.
No, but he is a good ventriloquist.
Yeah,
what you
pretty
just
amazing.
heard, a man's lips weren't moving.
There you
go.
I
don't know. I'll take fucking Otto and George over that guy.
Of course.
Second.
Yes.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's really good. There's a benefit for him July 28th. I forgot to mention it in Parsippany, I think.
Yeah.
I should Twitter the info. It's to help Otto because he lost a lot of money.
Gambling.
Yes, gambling. But he didn't work for a couple of months because he had meningitis. Wow. So we're lucky Otto is okay. And you should support this benefit. Bob Levy is a part of it, and I fucking wish I had the information in front of me, but it's my fault I don't. But July 28th, I think in Parsippany, we'll get you more information.
Absolutely.
Bob Levy sent me a couple of song parodies, I guess. Did you get them?
No, you've just spoken about them.
Yeah. I guess they were done to get Beatles songs, you know.
Who did them?
I don't know, but him.
Oh, Bobby Dog.
It must be him singing. The singing is terrible.
Of course it is.
And there's a point where singing could be bad on song parodies. I understand. It kind of makes it funnier. But it's just really bad singing.
But he sent them to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there must be some kind of value to it, no?
Well, I guess there's one one Howard one, I guess, about Howard only working 3 days a week. And then there's a Jimmy one.
Done to 8 days a week?
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh.
Is there any way we could get them? They send you the files? Are they on YouTube?
Well, he sent me files.
You got files.
I got files.
Let's hear them.
You got files.
Do you want?
I got the information, by the way, just to plug while you're looking for the files. The
Good.
Comedy Shop. It's on Route 46 East in Parsippany, July 28th at 8 o'clock. Voss is going to be there. Bonnie is going to be there. Of course, Bobby Levy is hosting. It's going to be a great show. You go to jjcomedy.com. It's a great comedy show, and it really is helping out one of the funniest guys in the fucking world.
But you doesn't have to call me JJ.
We got the info on our Facebook
there
page.
it is.
Opie and Anthony on Facebook. Thank you, E-Rock.
Let her pee.
Let her pee.
That's
all right then.
Let me see if I could forward. I'm going to forward this.
Just forward it to me. I'll just play it right off of
you.
here.
You'd play it?
If you guys want to hear it,
I need your email.
It's
You want to do that? On the what? Oh, right. Okay, hold on.
F-A-G.
Is it the Gmail?
Gmail.
Okay, I got you right there. I'm filling you.
Everybody
now
knows it.
send. Of course they do. All right, I'm sending. Look, it's sending.
Ooh.
Sending.
People
Working. I'm not on the network here. I'm just on LTE, so it's going to take a little while. But yeah, he did that, and then he did let her pee, which I guess is to let it be. I didn't listen to that one yet.
It has to be.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Of course it has to be.
Yeah.
Let her
What
pee.
other Beatles song can it be?
I think it's sent.
Okay.
They always take a while, don't they? Shouldn't this be instantaneous? Don't you get annoyed when email isn't instantaneous? Yeah. And when you really think about it, it's quite the selfish little greedy thing to want it.
I thought about what a fucking rushing idiot I am when I was on Grubhub.com and I'm ordering sushi. And you have to keep going up and say number of pieces and then style, sushi or sashi. And I'm like, God damn it, I got to push this extra button. And I'm like, you in a hurry, cunt.
You really are.
Like, Jesus Christ, I really got annoyed at myself for being such a dope.
Yeah, I'll send you the other one, too.
Well, yeah, what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear Let Her Pee?
Well, yeah, I think I might.
You do, Opie?
Sure, why not?
Anthony, do you want to hear Let Her Pee?
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, that's a yes, I guess. Okay.
I have a feeling that the guy that does the E-Rock songs is involved. Because I might have got a direct message from Sean F. So he might be
was
singing
involved
on this.
musically or something.
Oh, but
it can't be him singing.
But
I do think.
I don't think Sean F. knows. Does he know music?
He specializes more in E-Rock information.
Yes,
that's his specialty.
That's what I was getting at.
All right,
That's what I was getting at.
The other one just got sent too.
All right. Yeah, let's hear one of these.
All right, let's start with.
Now we have to.
Let Her Pee is what we'll start with.
All right. Okay. This is Bob Levy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice.
Love this song.
Yeah.
When I find myself real bored at night, a thought always comes to me. I wanna be pissed on, let her pee. And even through the darkness, she is standing right on top of me, filling my chest with urine, let her pee.
This is going great.
Let her pee, let her pee, oh, let her tinkle fall on me. I will clean up in the morning, let her pee.
Little shoehorn there.
Okay.
And whether it's a man or woman, it doesn't really matter to me. Let there be some flowing, please God, no.
Be more funny.
Let her pee, let her pee. Oh yeah, let her pee.
Well, no shit.
There will be some flowing on little Jimmy. Let her pee. Let her pee. Fill my chest with urine all over me.
So, isn't this great?
There you go.
Okay, faggot. What's next?
I'll say the lyrics are very good, but Bob's voice is a bit lacking.
See, that's what I was.
Did he say urine?
Yeah, he did say urine.
Urine.
But
Hey, Olives.
the writing is very good.
Some urine on me.
Urine.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
letter P.
The voice. It's like, why?
Do you want to do 3 days a week?
More Howard shit.
Yep. It is. Could be good though.
The vocals are so bad. His singing is so distractingly bad. Like, you know this song?
Oh no, he's not going to be able to keep up with this song.
Now that I got paid, now I can say fuck you. I'm a fucking greedy Jew. Now
Jesus.
you know it's true. Pay me, replay me. Pay me, replay me. I don't have to really work anymore. So here's 3 days a week. Loved you a long time ago, but that's all behind. Always on vacation and suing all the time, yeah. Pay me, pay me, replay me. I don't give a fuck about you now. So here's 3 days a week. 3 days a week.
Chorus.
I laugh at yous. 3 days a week. 'Cause I am a greedy Jew. I used to need my fans, and I bet you know it's true.
Just moaned.
I feel so fucking protected now because my security is 5'2". Oh,
What?
pay me, replay me, pay me, replay me. I ain't got a reason to work now, so here's 3 days a week. 3 days a week. That's fucking weak, yeah.
And if you're not there on Fridays, you are doing a disservice to the audience. And you're not doing your job. You're not doing it right. That's like someone going to work and doing a half-ass job.
I guess he has a beef with Howard.
I guess
Apparently. He was going back and forth with him, or maybe just forth with him on Twitter all weekend.
Forth. There's no back and forth. It's just forth.
Just forth, yeah.
What's the matter, Jimmy?
Nothing.
I thought there was a problem with your blueberries.
No, the blueberries are fine.
Oh, goody.
What's up?
Do we have
Nicky Glazer and
Sarah here?
Sarah Schaefer? Are they here yet? Not a day to be late, gals.
How about we get some intel?
What?
How about we get some intel?
Are they here yet? If not, we'll do a quick break. But I mean, they can't bump into Ray Boom Boom Mancini time.
We got a break anyway, I think.
I'm going to go pee. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll take a piss.
You know what I like to do?
So hold each other's cocks.
Whoa. Yeah, even if we don't have to pee.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, tell me that you love me more. Sleepless, long nights, that was what my youth was for. Oh, teenage hopes arrive at your door. Left you with nothing, but they want some more. Oh, you're changing your heart. Oh, you know who you are.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
We'll talk about that later because it is so true.
That's fucking
Let's say hi
funny.
to Nicky Glazer and Sarah Schaefer
Bring
coming
the
into the
ladies
studio.
Couple beautiful girls.
Very
There they
beautiful
are.
girls.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Looking
Very nice.
good.
Look at that.
The ladies
2
are
hours
looking
of hair
good.
and makeup for this, guys.
Really?
Yeah,
for
Fake
radio.
eyelashes,
Why-
the cameras.
why?
I know, right?
Are you doing
don't know.
TV? Are you doing TV today?
They're hidden
At
in the
like
bathroom.
4.
At 4.
It's gonna.
Man.
Yeah, you're ready for TV.
I know, we are.
Yeah.
You guys are ready for
Morning
TV.
news.
I remember when they came here last time. It was right at the beginning of this whole ride, and now they guys like just look like success.
Yeah.
With the makeup on.
It's
yeah,
amazing what makeup
Thank
can
you.
do.
We have changed.
You're all changed.
Congrats on season 2.
Thank you.
MTV is seeing something in you guys.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I think so.
How are you guys doing? I haven't seen the show, but I hear it's actually doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's good. We're doing.
Yeah.
We're coming back on the 30th, so we're just in pre-production right now. We did a rehearsal show last night that went well.
Yeah.
And,
What do you do with the rehearsal show? It never sees the light of day? What if there was
No.
something in there that was really good?
We'll put it in the next week.
That's what you should do.
Yeah. So we treat it like a real show, and then we watch it and say, you know.
We got to use that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we did. We had a whole audience there, and everything. They were so disappointed when they realized that it was not an
a real
actual show.
Why, like,
just feel the
But it
disappointment.
was taped, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It
But
was
why would you tell them it's not a real show?
because all the clips that we would like throw to that
Yeah.
are going to be in our first episode, they're not. We haven't
We're
even
not
shot
ready
them
yet.
yet.
They're
So
not
we'd
there
be
yet.
like,
okay.
so look at this, and then they're guys. We don't really have that yet, and we have no
Yeah.
guests today either.
No celebrity,
man.
just deal with it.
Yeah.
But they were okay. They were.
Oh, they
good
wanted a
audience.
celebrity guest. They
Yeah,
didn't get
they
one.
they need that.
They need that. We are not. We don't count.
Oh,
There's
Right.
a few people in the audience that you can tell are fans.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just random people.
Where do you
just
get the
come to see
audience from?
celebrities.
A lot of it's casted, I think.
Yeah, well, I think they put out like there's people who sign up to go to be in audiences and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that do that.
That's
like a
hilarious.
thing they do.
They just like, oh, I'm going to be an audience member.
Yeah, it's
good
to
for
them.
them.
They feel like they've been selected. You know,
Yeah.
for something.
My
and that
family
counts.
used to send away for tickets for Phil Donahue and Montel Williams and
For tickets, send a self-addressed stamped
And Sally
envelope.
Sally Raphael.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we would send away, and it'd be a nice trip to New York City for us.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that
So
is a white trash
So if I was
weekend.
a little younger, I would probably be in your audience, getting some free entertainment.
Well, are they good crowd? Are they good crowds though? I did something for the Sklar Brothers. It was like online, some MTV award, and I presented, and we joked around. And the crowd was actually better than I thought they'd be. It's not like my audience at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm off by 25 years, and it's just I'm an older creep. But they
We
were
feel that way too, though.
Do you?
They're really young.
They're young, yeah.
But they're good.
They're good.
We have Artie Fuqua warm them up.
perfect.
So it's
Perfect.
yeah, right.
It's great. The warm up guy, and he's probably banging 4 at a time too. He's like a shish kebab.
I saw him walk out with 4 of them last night.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah, Artie's perfect for
yeah.
that.
It's like you catch a glimpse of him. We're back getting ready in the control room or whatever, and you look up and see him, and I'm like, is he dry humping someone in the audience?
Oh,
no.
Yeah, Artie's a fucking animal, but
Gets him real warm.
but they like him. He's weirdly likable and
Love
and
him.
no matter-
Love him.
Love the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. So funny.
He beats people up while he smiles.
Yeah, yeah.
No
Can't beat
boundaries, that guy.
No, you can't beat that. I
No.
love it. Are you guys getting more recognized now that you've done the
No.
first season?
No.
I have not been. She's been recognized
I've been recognized like twice, but
Twice. You're on MTV.
I know.
0 times for
I
me.
think if we
Jesus.
paraded around in a mall in like Oklahoma City, we might get recognized.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I think in New York, I definitely have noticed people looking at me like while I'm eating,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
been like, I think
They
they
try
might
to
know
figure
who
it
I
out.
am.
They're trying to figure it out though.
Yeah.
Like, I know her from somewhere.
We do get a lot. I think we both get like MTV.
I've
Like
never
they don't
gotten
know if we're Nicky or Sarah or if that's even the show.
Yeah.
It's
Probably together too. You'd be recognized.
Yeah.
yeah.
We went to a Taylor Swift concert and
Oh.
we got recognized there.
Yeah,
But that was just
we
like,
were in with our own.
Did you get to see Taylor backstage?
we
Yeah.
did.
Oh, you did?
She like had heard of our show and invited us.
Really?
And,
Yeah, we met her, and it was
Was she stunning?
she was
she
so
was
nice,
amazing.
so stunning, so tiny, and
So
Is she
tiny.
tall
yes,
and skinny, right?
Yeah.
so
she's-
skinny.
She's such a. I really liked her. She's
Is
very
she
normal.
beautiful?
She's very.
She's
so
we
beautiful.
love her. I'm like sincerely answering you. Like,
I know,
oh,
like,
yes,
I
she
love
was.
her.
She was beautiful.
She put on such a sparkly show.
Did she?
It was so good.
I'll be
was
honest.
good.
Mean is a good song because you're mean. I like that
you
song.
like
a
that
lot.
one?
I do. It's
I
a
do
whole. It's a
too.
tremendous
She's got
performance.
catchy songs. Let's all be honest
She's
with
a
each
fucking
other.
great.
toe tapper.
And she wrote that We Are Never Getting Back Together. She tried to, She wrote the most annoying song on purpose that she knew would be so catchy because she wanted
Jake
Gyllenhaal to hear it over and over and over.
Wow.
He hated pop music, and he was a music snob.
Wait, was he the one she dated?
Yeah.
Well, one of many.
She
What's her
does
problem
get
with men, you
around.
think?
I
think she's young and doing what young girls do, but she's in the spotlight. So
she
I
probably
think
gets bored fast too. She gets bored with these guys.
I think she
gets
very
clingy
conservative.
fast.
Oh, really? Clingy.
You think clingy?
Oh yeah. 'Cause
And what?
she
Then the
gets
guys just go, "Oh, does she get dumped?"
Yeah, I think that's.
She's. I don't know. It's
yeah,
hard to
she's
tell.
got to get dumped for writing because she writes the songs about getting dumped.
Yeah,
and-
she writes the songs that are angry. I think she gets some. I think that what happened with John Mayer is like that was the first time she had like good sex.
Oh man,
It was maybe like her first like
John Mayer.
great orgasm, and she got
first
attached.
time getting
and,
her hair
you know,
pulled, probably.
Oh man.
She was
He
like, "What are
hurt
these
her.
feelings I'm feeling?"
You think
Not
John
treated
has a
like
big
princess.
piece too?
Absolutely. He's a fucking.
Yeah,
he has a
he's-
Mount Rushmore head. He has to have a. John Mayer's all cock.
Yeah, we think he has a big
guaranteed.
piece.
He's
So.
all cock, 100% cock.
That's how he's getting the gals.
That's why he's a big head. He's cock and head. That's all fucking Mayer is. Guaranteed. He's fucking packing 8. It's probably 8.5, and really like embarrassingly fat. Like he probably has to explain when he takes his dick out. Like, look, it's not bruised. This is actually my dick. Because he picked off the hottest ones, man.
It's not bruised.
Oh my God, fucking Mayer's my hero.
Yeah, if you're in the Taylor Swift category and
Katy Perry
and stuff like that, you're
Who else? There's a whole bunch
He's just
of them.
making his way through that whole scene.
Absolutely, he's actually just
Jennifer Aniston.
That was just a
Yeah,
was a throwaway
and
for him.
she
though.
was like heartbroken by it. I mean, he.
That means
let's
he's got a
face
big
it,
cock.
She's
I
heartbroken by
know.
everybody.
I know.
She just can't hold a guy.
Well,
She's getting married now.
We think she has a smelly pussy. That's why she can't hold
Really?
it. Well, we have to tell the ladies, don't we?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
That's
our
that's
theory.
that's
My
your story?
personal theory. Because
Okay.
why wouldn't she have a guy? She wants a guy really bad, but she can't get a guy, and you look like that, and
She
she's still
looks
looking
so
good in her
clean,
40s.
though.
Huh?
She looks so
does.
clean. And
Smelly pussy. I'm going.
but
with
there wouldn't be a way to fix that if you were so rich.
Well, you would think,
if you
right?
had like a pH balance.
Yeah,
that
whatever
was
it's called.
awful.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about the one where it's
Get a pool guy.
problem.
pH
Like halitosis.
Yeah,
Get
down
a
there.
pool, just hire
Get
a pool guy.
guy.
You got a little too much alkaline down here. Yeah, we're gonna put some acid in the pool.
You know, there's a guy out there going, "Well, actually, I could figure it out for her."
Figure it out. You got a little piece of litmus paper and dip it in there. Yeah, I'm seeing a little acidicism.
Yeah, it's a bit green. It's a bit green.
Oh wow!
Sorry, ladies. I have to say that. But that's my theory on that one.
I kind of like it.
We have two theories. John Mayer has a huge cock, and Jennifer Aniston has a smelly pussy.
Yeah.
Our theories.
We have theories. on
Those
the
are
show.
our theories.
Wait, they might have theories. You never know.
You met most of these people.
You got theories on anything?
Celebrity theories?
Celebrity on anyone?
On anyone.
Oh, I don't know on anyone.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston. I mean, I think she's just she's too intimidating.
Bitch on wheels?
Bitch on wheels. No.
Bitch on
I
wheels?
don't-
No.
Bitch on wheels.
I know that one. That was like
That's old
when
school.
That was so old school. When I was
Bitch
a
on
kid.
wheels.
When I was a kid, it was like, she's a bitch on wheels. You could get bent.
You got that one from the roller rink.
Yeah. Bitch on wheels.
You've
Yeah.
had some good guests though. Fucking, you got Jessica Alba, and how was she?
Yeah.
Was she pretty?
She was
Real
so
pretty.
She tall?
She's skinny.
I think she's shorter
She was
than us.
really pretty.
Skinny.
She's really pretty. She very nice, and she got we played
We
like
were
little
kind of
games.
being weird and gross and like
Yeah.
had some. Yeah, we
She played along with our game.
Oh, that's nice.
kind of.
What do you do? Like, you do a straight interview, or do you fuck around with them, or both?
We start with a straight interview and then we kind of like trail off into some
What
sort
game?
of game.
What game did you play with her?
What? She
So
had
she
a
had
book.
this book out that was like called The Honest Life, and it's about like making face scrubs out of coffee grounds and stuff like that, and doing everything natural.
Yeah.
And so we came up with alternate uses for things,
Oh.
and they were
Natural
like
products.
kind of insulting things. I don't even remember what they
One was
were.
like framing your grandma
for something,
coke possession or something, using
baking
laundry
powder.
detergent.
Yeah.
All regular
like
products.
a funny prank.
Did she appreciate that you were kind of mocking her other work?
I could tell at first it probably
she got
bothered
on
her a
board
little
by
bit,
the
but
end of
then
it.
she knew she had no choice.
Yeah.
In front of an audience, yeah, it's embarrassing when they fucking you can't back out.
Yeah.
The crowd's watching you.
Well, a book like that, our audience is, young, mostly women, and
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're vaguely interested in stuff like that, but they're not worried about cloth diapers at that age.
No.
Did she say cloth diapers?
That's
I mean,
part
that was
of the
probably a
book.
chapter.
She's got
Why?
some kind of. Doesn't
Why
she have a
she's-
whole line of things that are like that? Like
She's
clothes.
I think she does.
Kind of a
She's
natural
washing her
line.
diapers?
Who wants to reuse diapers? Fuck trees.
I'll have to-
just grow one and
That's
kill it and make
disgusting.
diapers.
I'll have to-
They don't make diapers out of trees. I'm
Oh,
an
there's
idiot.
paper in there.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I'll have to wash out a onesie every once in a while. But
no
I'm not going to
paper.
wash out diapers.
Your
God.
own.
Well, there's been a couple problems over the years, sure. A couple racing stripes that I was embarrassed about.
Damn.
Got to get in there and wash it out before you throw it into the hamper. I don't want anyone seeing that.
Yeah, I can't imagine people washing out diapers.
Some people do.
Our parents did.
A new trendy thing is to just train your kid to pee and poo with no diapers.
What, like
Because
fucking
the theory
animal?
is most children in the world do not have diapers. They're just they learn.
Yeah, we're
the parent
called
and the
civilized.
child learn to recognize when the child has to go, and then they hold it.
You better
like in India,
recognize.
they like hold it over
Are
the
you
toilet.
kidding? So
a
the
baby,
kid goes
a
like,
little infant.
In India, but they also they lean outside of their fucking their garbage house and hold it over a child.
Falls on your head.
It's a butt fly
And
accident.
add it to the duty pile outside the window.
Yeah, so
terrible.
People in like Park Slope are there's little groups forming. They're trying to teach their kid how to piss and because apparently it's not natural to mess yourself.
Oh, they think it's healthier to not.
Yeah, it's not natural. That it's a taught behavior to.
What type of people do
crap
this?
your own
Hipsters?
pants.
Is it a hipster thing or is
Yeah,
it a
it's like a hippie,
hipster? Fucking
I didn't hear
new age.
I didn't hear
thing. Yeah.
when they were first born, but a lot of people potty train their kids by making them go around the house naked. Finally.
Yes, that is part
But they're
of
older
the,
at that point.
Really?
I can't imagine a baby over a toilet.
Yeah.
I hear in China they just let their kids shit anywhere.
Well, if it's a boy, if it's a girl, they kill her.
Right.
It's those hippies.
What a great culture over there with that whole thing.
They had to put up signs at the Louvre that say only in Chinese, do like no defecating outside on the street, but it's only in Chinese.
In Chinese.
Yeah.
They shit outside. In the
They just shit anywhere, like
Come on.
toddlers. Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow. Fuck.
And then, like, the Chinese government had to issue a statement to the whole country being like, hey, you're embarrassing us in France and other places.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're shitting outside on the fucking sidewalk.
You have to. I
Well,
love
don't they do
Asians.
that here?
Yeah.
I would love to see a Chinaman taking a dump.
I would love that.
Now I want to see
You
that.
wanna
They
see
work.
that?
Really,
Yes.
They work 18 hours a day. They fucking smoke. I'd love to see just a guy smoking Chinese, just shitting outside the Louvre. How great was that? Fuck those people. How great was that?
Right next to that big glass pyramid.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Hey,
I wouldn't
you
be mad.
snobs. Enjoy your art show.
Make his own modern art masterpiece.
Exactly. I'm fucking. I'm a fucking cook in a restaurant down the street. I'm dropping a deuce. Mind your beeswax. Good for him.
Wow, that's
I respect
fucked
that.
up.
What do you guys think about the royal baby being born?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thank you. That's should be the answer.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up like worshiping Princess Di because I was a little girl and I was like, princesses are real.
Oh.
And so I still have some warm feelings towards the royal family.
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
You
It's
still think
totally
like that?
stupid.
Part
but,
of that early childhood
yeah,
thing of
but I like a little bit of glamour and wonder. And
Well, somebody raised the point with
Fanfare.
Schaefer today, like, what do they do? But someone said, like, they wind up bringing in billions in tourism. I mean, they really do
that's-
make a lot of money for England, probably.
What else are you going to England for? You stand out in front of that palace and take some pictures.
Yeah, there are
you're
queens
right.
in there.
What else is there?
She's not even in there. She's got her
Ferris
own
wheel.
castle.
I can't wait to start judging her on when she's going to lose that baby weight.
Yeah.
She's gotta
yeah.
this week.
That quick.
Oh, all the tabloids, especially
It's
over
right
there.
away.
They're terrible
Hi.
people over there.
Yeah.
With the tabloids, they'll be like, "Oh, when is she going to drop this baby weight? Oh, well, it looks like William's looking elsewhere." It's not young lady, and they'll have a picture of him like he just turned his head for a split second. It looks like he's gawking at some fucking girl.
He's just
trouble in the palace. Yeah.
He just heard a loud horn or something and
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
his head, and
He
they take a
looks
picture,
and-
and it's like, he's cheating.
Yeah, he's cheating.
I
They
hope
are
she
fucking
balloons up.
vultures.
I hope she gets up to like 350 and she
Yeah.
won't lose. Oh, would that be
I wish
great?
that for every
Big fat
Celebrity.
princess.
How great would that be stuck with her?
The giant fucking. Oh, that would be great.
Oh, how humiliating. Big fat princess.
She's not a princess, though, right? She's like a fucking.
What is
She's
she?
a duchess.
She's a duchess.
right,
of-
right.
Duchess.
Cambridge.
What's the difference?
I don't know what their dumb titles are.
Yeah.
Stop already.
I would love to date Pippa, just to like how embarrassed the royal family would be. Like once my CDs surfaced, like, and in 2004 he said, and then it would be A asterisk eating. Like that would be.
You don't think the Queen Mum would like you?
Oh, they'd be so encouraging her to.
assassinated.
It'd be so
Yeah.
irritated. You'd be taken out somewhere.
They're hiding Pippa though.
Put him in the tower.
She's not around as much as she used to be.
I don't know. She's dating some fucking guy. It's some guy out there who belongs with her, like a guy who plays tennis a lot. He's a banker. You know, he's just repugnant.
Plays polo.
Boring. He's
fucking
probably in
guy.
much better shape than I am, but I guarantee English guys do not eat pussy properly. They don't. They
What?
really don't. I'm telling
Wait,
you.
why do you know that? What is that?
Yeah.
Because they don't love the vagina. I'm not saying they're gay. I'm not
Right.
saying they don't have sex, but they don't really worship a vagina with their mouth.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Is that really an American
Yeah, I've
thing?
dated a couple of British girls. They're dirtbags, and I say that with affection. I don't mean that to knock them off. I mean that in a very loving way.
Yeah.
But they're just
Really?
they're very A, B, and C. I used to date this one British girl, and this is true. I lived in New Jersey, but I drove a Saturn, so she used to like me to park my Saturn, and she would wanted me to bite her, and she just kept saying, "I want you to bite me. I want you to bite me." She got into this almost like fucking.
You're the
mantra.
first person she met with teeth.
Take that, England.
That's funny. Yeah, she couldn't have an orgasm without fluoride being rubbed on her clitoris. Nicky and Sarah live on MTV.
Yes.
It's funny. We're promoting a show on MTV and just being complete creeps.
Yes, we are.
When are you guys on?
Refreshing.
You're on.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays
at
at 11.
Also, a week from
After
today.
Catfish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Catfish took off, man.
Man,
They're
it's
doing well.
killing it. Yeah, it's
Thank
exciting.
God.
I know.
You're happy, right? Good.
Nice lead in.
Great. And our show is turning in slowly into a catfish recap show.
Oh, really?
Just to hold
That's
on. Like,
funny.
we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. You want to talk about catfish? You want to stick around?
Smart.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it turned out to be just a fat guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many
Every
times
time.
I've said that? If I ever get an email like, Jim, I kind of want to sleep with you. Guy with girl avatar. I know it.
Nothing better than getting a tweet from a girl, very attractive picture on there, and they have one follower. They follow 3 people. They have one tweet, and
Right.
it's to you.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah.
What?
Really?
There's no agenda there.
You think I'm falling for this one again?
Again? Yeah.
Yeah. Any you fall for any shit like that? Catfish? Any? Dudes?
No, I don't
No?
think
Are you cautious or no one asks?
No, I don't think I've really been.
I had an ex create a Facebook page.
Oh, right.
With which to keep an eye on me.
Get
and I
the fuck
discovered
out.
it later.
How'd you find out?
Well, it's long story short.
no.
I was looking at. I clicked on it and like, it was the same name as a girl I grew up with, and I was
Oh,
like, "What's
okay.
she doing in Brooklyn?" Because I was like organizing people on my Facebook, real important work.
Yes.
And
putting in a good day. Yeah.
what was she doing? And I was like, oh, that's not her. And then it said, like, this person has 45 friends, 44 of which are your mutual friends.
Oh, that's weird.
And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
weird. This whole girl's existence is aligning with mine. And then I looked at the list of friends. The only thing they had in common was me. They weren't people that, it was like this person from my work and then this person from...
Wow.
Right.
That's creepy.
So I figured it out, and it was like a chill down my spine. Like, oh, he's been looking at... I mean,
Did you call him on it?
No, at that point we were not, not worth.
Did it
looking
make
up.
you feel good, kind of though, in a way?
Yeah, I was like, I know your little trick.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, the big plug. We're we're backed up with guests, ladies.
We have we have Boom Boom Mancini.
You ever hear of Ray Boom Boom Mancini?
No.
He's a boxer.
I was about to say sports.
He killed a boxer in the ring.
That's why.
Really?
What?
Accidentally.
By accident, but
Like in the ring? Like he died
Dead.
in the ring?
Like Butch
He
from
died
Pulp
a
Fiction.
few days later. Yeah.
That's traumatic.
they took him out on a stretcher, and the guy never came back.
Oh my
Crazy.
God.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
The show is
Get him in here.
Nicky and Sarah live, and it returns July 30th, which is next Tuesday at 11 o'clock. It's on after Catfish. I'm really, really happy that you guys got a second season.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And,
Yes.
and it's-
Congrats, girls.
Thanks.
Let me give you Twitter plugs too. It's at Sarah Schaefer, one at Sarah Schaefer #1, and at Nicky Glazer on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. It is great to be back. Thank you for having us in.
Thank you.
Come back with more stories of pretty girls that you talk to that are tall and stunning.
Okay.
And thin.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you
Later,
very much.
girls.
Ray Boom Boom Mancini next.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
There he is.
Take a
Ray
seat.
Boom Boom Mancini in studio.
Not long ago, like a year ago or two?
No.
Was that never on the show?
No, never on the show.
No, man, we
right?
would remember Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
No, we've never had
seat,
Jim.
sir.
How are you, sir?
Good, very good, thank you.
You look like you could still fight.
Well, I can give you 4 good ones.
Oh, I see that.
4 good
I give you
ones.
4. I give
Wow.
you I give 4 rounder, but after that, no shot.
Yeah.
What did you the first thing to go is at the cardio?
No. Oh well. I'm on. I didn't really.
We do that all the time.
No, this isn't so much the cardio as I think it's the desire.
Really?
Once
Yeah.
you lose the desire, you go. It's like people said, "How did you know it was time to retire?" I said, "Well, here's the difference. When I was fighting, the reporters used to say, boom, boom, you hear, you're getting up, you're in the morning when it's blizzard, snow, pouring rain, torrential rains, you're out there doing road work." And I said, yeah. And they said, why? I said, because I know the other guy ain't. And if he is, he better be. Here's when you know it's time to retire. I'd get up praying for rain. It's raining! Jump back in bed.
Good.
You're looking for the excuse.
Is the desire like 90% of it? I mean,
Absolutely. It's a mindset. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You hear it all the time, but truly is. Look, I got talent. You got talent. You can fight. It's about who's, got that certain, it's a mindset that you can take it to a different level. And, but for me, especially my style of fighting was not made for a long career. I had to be in top shape. I'm going to keep coming, taking punches to give punches.
Yeah.
That's a certain mindset you have to have. If you don't have the desire, determination, or willing to pay the dues to go through that, then that's what I said. Then you got to shut it down.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. When I lost the love for the game, and I lost love for the game actually before I retired, because since after that fight, I lost love for the game. But, I had the title, a chance to, hold on to get my security. I've been fighting for a couple of years, and I fought still as hard as I could, and I still beating guys, knocking guys out, and things like that. But, after the second fight with Bramble, I just had no love for it no more. And I knew going into that fight, that was going to be my last fight. And time to shut it down, man. I mean, the one thing I'm most proud of, I only fought 5.5 years as a pro. Not a long fight. I had 34 fights. 34 fights in 5.5 years. There's a lot of fights. But the one thing I'm most proud of is I can still spell fight.
Yeah.
And I say to have jokingly because so many guys can't.
So many guys, right?
You only fought for 5.5 years?
That's it. Yeah,
that's incredible to me.
In '85.
Wow. And how old were you when you retired?
I was 24.
24.
You were 24 when you retired?
When you retired from boxing.
You knew at 24?
Now you would think that's at the top of your game.
But again, I was. I always said I never became the fighter I wanted to become until the end of my career. But I had already lost the love for the game. I had already lost the love.
At that early, though, you would think that might happen.
Wait, you couldn't sit around for a year and find the love again? For those paydays?
Plus, it's the difference. My style. I said if I had a style that's, a boxer, I wasn't.
Right.
But my style was, like I said, a fan-friendly style. You come forward,
get in there and swing,
and,
duke it out.
It's going to be, you're going to make a score for a couple of years. You're going to, people expect a certain, people expect a certain style. When they knew I was fighting, they knew what I was going to give them. And once you ain't willing to give them that no more, you're cheating the fans as well as yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, let me ask you this. Were a lot of people shocked when you retired at 24, though?
I think so. I think some guy said he should probably retired before that. It's like a guy said to me, he said, when did you retire? I said, August of 85. I was 24. He said, I thought you retired 2 fights before that. But, basically, I think so. I think people don't realize that I was so young. But what I do appreciate is that because I was fighting so regularly, a lot of people remember my fights and they think that I fought longer.
Yeah, fought longer.
And you also, obviously, hopefully you saved money and everything.
Yeah, I was fortunate.
Good.
I was very fortunate. I come out of a good, and like I said, that's one chapter of my life. And I knew that. I mean, that's not my life. Boxing wasn't my life. It was one chapter of my life. There was other things I wanted to do, and I knew that early on.
So what did you do from 24 to today?
I got into the entertainment business. I was being represented by William Morris at the time, and they were offering me acting gigs, and I never was able to take advantage. Then I went and auditioned for a movie not long after the second Bramble fight. I said, man, the camera don't punch back. Well, actually, before the second Bramble fight, the camera don't punch back. The worst thing that happens was take 2. I said, man, why didn't I do this earlier? And that's when I really said, okay. And my agent said, you got to be where it's at. So, of course, as they say, if you're going to go fishing, you got to go to the water. So I moved to L.A., and I've been out there for 28 years, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not where I'm going to be, not where I want to be, but I've been fortunate to work, to film, TV, stage, but I'm mainly now concentrating on producing, and to me that's the juice. To me, taking something from nothing, taking it through fruition, seeing it up on screen, that's the juice for me.
And the documentary I saw is great. It's called The Good Son, and it's your story, and it's Ultra Video on Demand on July 16th, and it's in theaters August 9th, and it's really great. I mean, he sounds like Bob Golub. I don't know if he's a comedian.
Bobby's a good friend of mine.
Oh, you know Bob?
Bobby's from Sharon, PA, right over the border. I did Bobby's podcast not long ago. Oh, jeez. Oh, Bobby's a good friend for years.
All I thought of watching the documentary is how him and Golub, it's the same
Bobby's doing it right now. But that's... Look, I had some fights. What's his excuse?
Exactly. Nothing. Bob is a psychopath, though. Bob Golub's a fucking psychopath. But it's that part of the country is a very tough, like Sharon, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Youngstown is a very, very fucking tough part of the country.
What makes it so tough, you think?
Well, blue-collar town. We were second.
There's a lot of blue-collar towns.
Second is still producing city, but it's a blue-collar, steel mill town. You got it. You get what you give. And we're the city of Youngstown. We're the only city of our size anywhere in the country. I mean, there might be others. I don't know of any that's controlled by 2 major mob families. It has been forever, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. So forever, when you grow up in that atmosphere, which that's part of life, everyday life, and guys or people are still workers, and when mills were shut down and people got meaner, it's not like they advocate go to New York, be an actor, go to be a singer or be a DJ or a radio host or anything like that. It was go get married. Go to work in the mills, get married, raise a family. And that was great. Solid people, best people I know. I just knew I wanted something different. And I said, man, I can't do that, man. I watched my father go to sweat factory. I used to get up, he'd get me up in the morning before school, so I'd do road work. He'd give me a kiss, walk out the door, walk to him. We lived 2 houses from the corner. Blizzard, snow, pouring rain. I look at it, I go, oh God, I can't do that.
Oh, wow, huh?
I got to make it as a fighter. I can't do that. Ed O'Neill from Modern Family, from Youngstown. Eddie's a dear friend from Youngstown, and we talk about it all the time. And Eddie said he became an actor because it's a funny story. He was, Pittsburgh Steelers. He was in their training camp, 1970. Right. He made it to the last cut as a linebacker, and he said, he always said it was the day that, or it was that 69. It was the day that Neil Armstrong, the day he got cut was the day Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. He said, good day for him, not such a good day for me. He said, but he went back to Youngstown. He started working at a bar that he had frequented his whole life. And he looked around and he saw everybody. They were there for guys that were lifers there, 30, 40 years. Said, that's going to become me. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So borrowed some money. He said, I'm going to New York and try to be an actor. I mean, that's guy, you know,
he's in the documentary too. Ed O'Neill. He talks a lot, and Mickey Rourke's in the documentary.
Mickey's great. Mickey's great. And Ray Leonard. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate these guys doing it. Mickey, I love Mickey, and the fact that he agreed to do it, and Eddie, of course, and Ray did it. I mean, it's special. It's very special.
And your dad was a fighter too. Like, there's so much I didn't know about you. And
my father's a much better fighter than I was. My father was a great fighter in the 30s and 40s. He was a great fighter at a time of a lot of great fighters. And because of World War II, didn't get opportunities to fight for the world title. He signed to fight for the world title. A month before he signed to fight for it, he was drafted into World War II. And he said, look, I want to defend my country. I just want the opportunity to fight for the title. And he said, in fact, I'll give my entire purse to the Army Relief Fund, which at that time was crying for money. They said, no, man, we don't want your money. We want you. And consequently, he never got a chance to fight for the title. Jeez. And all I heard about growing up was how my father should have been, could have been, would have been world champion. Because he already beat Sammy Hagar in a non-title fight. And this was what got him the title fight. And, my father never talked bad. He was very proud to defend his country. It was one of the greatest things he said he ever did. He said, but he never talked about regrets. But once in a while he'd sit there and say, Raymond, he said, if I'd only had the chance, man, I would have won that title.
Wow.
And you could see how he never talked bad about it. Just we could see how it bothered him. But since I was a little boy, when I used to hear those stories, people would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be a fighter world champion for my father. And that's all I ever wanted. And he's the one who never wanted me to fight. He's the one who tried to talk me out of it in the worst way, especially when I was in high school and going to turn pro. I said, Dad, I want to turn pro. He said, Raymond, it was depression. I had to eat. I had to fight. You have so many other opportunities because I had athletic as well as academic scholarship to go to college. Right. I had a professional baseball offer. I had other opportunities. He said, I had to fight. I said, Dad, I want to win the title. I want to win it for you. And I'm just fortunate and blessed to live out my dream, And people say, I used to have reporters used to say, "Well, Boom Boom, if you didn't make it as a fighter, what would you have done?" I said, "I can't answer that because that's all I ever wanted. I can't answer it. There's nothing else I ever wanted." So, I said, "Look, I moved to New York. I wouldn't have went back home. I would have been the best bust out waiter there was in New York, but I wasn't going home unless I was successful, and I meant that."
Well, you had a brother, your brother Lenny, and he was also a very good fighter.
Yeah, much better fighter than me. He's a much better fighter. Guys, people in the, I said in the documentary, in the gym will tell you, guys who saw him fight, better fighter, hit harder, better boxer, slicker. But my brother, he loved the streets. And, my brother was a street guy and, better fighter than I was. But as I said in the documentary, the one thing he lacked that I had was discipline. My brother was a handsome son of a gun, and the women loved him, and he loved to party, and But when he trained hard. But it was in between. People don't understand. It's in between fights, in between tournaments. That you got to live a righteous lifestyle. And then he was partying too much, and he worked in the steel mills. When the steel mill shut down, he was looking for things, and he got caught up with the wise guys, and he was collecting, and that's that foolishness, and I'd say, Lenny, man, come on, come with me. You'll be with me. He said, man, there was times he was, tapped out, didn't have money. He was a divorced father, paying child support, and his ex-wife wouldn't let him see the child. I said, Lenny, I'll give you money. He said, Raymond, you're my younger brother. I'm supposed to take care of you. Man, don't worry about it. You're my brother. And you try to talk to him, you see where he's going, you see where it's headed, and nothing ever good comes out of that. And growing up knowing those guys and growing up, he just said, man, that's, I wanted something different. And if he would have just held on for a little longer, he would have been with me. Because when I hit, right after that, things started happening for me. Right. God gives, God takes. God took Lenny, but he gave me the opportunity after that. And, if he'd have held on, man, he would have been with me in my training camp, and he would have we'd had a great time together.
And your brother passed away. You because of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And in the documentary you address it, and it was very interesting because there was some facts around that were a little bit dicey.
Yeah, there was, and the detectives, they said, look, Raymond, we can get into we can go into this, and do you really want us to? I said, no. Don't bring him back. And I don't want to put my parents through that. I don't want to put them through it. Don't bring him back. Who cares? He's gone. That's the bottom line. I knew the general facts. I didn't know I didn't need to know the particulars. And and you got to move on from that. And that's the thing. And I'll tell you, after we buried him, the day after we buried him, I came back to New York. And that was the hardest day of my life, man. Leaving my parents. My father broke down in my arms. My father never cried. That's what I never seen my father cry as a kid. My father said last time he cried when he was 10 years old. He said when his father left, to go to left him and my grandmother split. He said, "You stay here and take care of your mother. I got to go." And he wanted to go with his father. And he said, Raymond, I cried so much that day I could never cry again. And I never saw him. And I think a lot of boys don't see their father cry.
Sure, yeah.
But that day, he broke down in my arms like a child. He was just wailing. And I said, man, I ain't got to go. Dad, I go. No, you got to get on with your life. You got to get on. You got to leave. You got to leave. And I think at that moment, I mean, that's, to me, those are the moments you remember how I got to the title. You know, those are moments like that you have to overcome to get in that car to go to, you know, to Pittsburgh to get on the plane. Man, that was the hardest thing in my life.
How did you keep the discipline with that? I'm sure you were offered, you know, that type of lifestyle yourself, and it seemed at the time, especially as young as you were, it probably seemed like an easy way to make a few bucks. What's the difference there?
You see it early on. And you see guys, neighborhood fathers who wasn't. You know, I'd be sitting there when I was fighting. They were all proud of me. They're very proud of me.
Sure.
When we'd go out after a fight, you know, if I'd be back in town, I'd be sitting here. The DJ from the radio station would be here. The city official would be there. The guy who was a major guy would be sitting here, all having a drink. Because in Youngstown, how we looked at it is everyone's carrying the lunch belt to the job. Just different jobs.
Right.
It's a lifestyle, man. It's you know, it's a grind. Everyone has to make a living. That's just how they made their living. So one thing that had nothing to do with the other. Your life and my life, we didn't conflict with each other. Right. You know, and you know, that good neighbor, my neighbor.
Was the fact that people were proud of you and you knew that, did that want to keep you from getting into a bad lifestyle?
But again, I said I was disciplined. That lifestyle never intrigued me. I knew that, I mean, I was intrigued reading about, you know, Al Capone and Lucky Luciano and all that. Because they were like modern day cowboys and being of Sicilian heritage.
Right.
But, and I knew my grandfather when he came from Sicily, that's the life he got into because he had to make a living, you know, but that's not the lifestyle I wanted. I wanted other things. And like I said, they were proud of me. They come to all my fights. You know, all the glitterati would sit at ringside. All the, you know, everybody who wanted to flash. You know, and that was great. But they supported me. And, you know, so it was good. Youngstown was a great city, man. It still is.
Sounds wild.
And
Jesus.
Well, in the 70s and 80s, it was like the Wild West.
Yeah.
A lot of conflict between the two families.
Yeah.
But Youngstown's a great city. I wouldn't want to grow up any other place, man. It was a great place to grow up, you know?
Is it still corrupt? Maybe you don't want to answer that, actually.
No. Obviously, the people are still there, but there's nothing to fight over now.
Yeah.
The steel mill's shut down. There's nothing. I mean, I go back home and I say, well, you know, I ask friends who is and who isn't. He said, Raymond, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, the guys are still around. Most of them died and moved, but they're still around. But there's nothing to fight over. There's nothing going on. So, you know. So I mean, it's not as prevalent as it once was, but yeah, of course, it's still presence is still there.
Right, gotcha.
And you focused a good piece of the documentary because I mean, after all these years, I know you're so not sick of it, but you've covered Dooku Kim, and you know you've discussed it enough. But I was impressed that you dedicate a piece of the documentary because a guy who yes, he died in the ring. But that just becomes a footnote or an anecdote that people tell. But it's like you really show him as a person and you get into his family and his trainers and you make him a real and relatable person, which was, I thought, really great that you did that.
I thought, well, first of all, when Mark Kriegel did the book, he said, look, man, this is a book about your life. That's one part of your life. You're going to have to go there. He said, I'm going to have to go every dark place you don't want to go, the death of your brother, the death of Kim, your divorce. He said, I'm going to have to go. But he said, you got no say-so when I write, you know, but you got to trust me. If you want the best story about fathers and sons, I'm your guy. And I know what type of writer he was, and I trust him. And he's an artist, man. I love Mark. We're connected. We're connected at the hip forever, though I want to choke him sometimes. You know?
But did he write down anything that you got annoyed at?
Pardon me?
Did he go into...
When we were on the book, oh, yeah, he's a pain in the ass, man. But, you know, but I love him at that, you know what I mean? But he's a pain in the ass. And so... But I wouldn't want anybody. I couldn't ask for a better writer. I wouldn't want nobody else to write. He was the guy, you know. But, you know, so when you... But he'd say... That's one fact. I'm going to talk about your life. Your grandfather comes from Sicily. And he said, look, it's about fathers and sons. You and your father with his father when he came from Sicily, you and your children. And ultimately, me and my father. He said, I want to become a writer because my father was an English major. But, so he uses it, other than me and my father, I think the city of Youngstown is as big or as important a character in the book as anybody. And that's what I think Jesse James Miller, the director of the film, who is also a wonderful artist, you know, did with the film. He made the town relevant. He made it as much as a character as anybody else. And again, with the documentary, people talk about the Kim incident, Kim meeting the fiance and the son of Kim, but it's a 90-minute doc. And I don't meet him until 60 minutes into it. So it's an hour about me growing up in Youngstown, my family, why I want to be a fighter for my father. Then we get into that. So I think it was so well done, tastefully done, and edited by Jesse and his crew that you're right. That's an important part. And I think the way they handled it. And, the day they told me that G1 wanted to meet me, I mean,
that was his son, Kim's son.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, G1 and the fiance, young me, G1 wanted to meet me, and Mark Kriegel said, "Yeah, you have a problem with this?" No, I think it was important. I wanted to meet him. I wanted him to have some closure, and for me, it would put some closure to me because I always wondered about the boy and the fiance. And that day that we met, and so we're setting it up to camera. And they're telling me, I'm sitting on the stoop of my home, and they're telling me he's on his way. I told Mark, I said, Mark, you better set up do one, because you got one shot. I can't do this again.
Right.
I can't go through this. There can be no cut, take two. No, got one shot. You better get what you get. And it did. And
it was really well done. And do you feel like, because it's all reporters talk about, and do you feel like it unfairly defined your career?
I don't say unfairly. I understood it, but like I said, I like to think I'm known for much more than that. I understand. They say always best known. Well, I'm best known for winning the world title, defending it 4 times. Fighting to win the title for my father, fighting for the honor of my city of Youngstown. I like to think there's a lot more things. I like to think I had a pretty good career.
Absolutely.
But I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand, but that's fights. Going to stand out.
It's just such an odd thing too, because I mean, obviously there are tragedies in every sport. You can look at auto racing and whatnot. It just seems boxing is so much more personal. It's on a personal level that people are, I guess, more fascinated by it in some macabre way.
I think because it goes back to the old gladiator days.
Exactly.
But you have to understand, and then part of it's because at the time I was like, I was as Irving Wood said, I was the all-American boy with a touch of mozzarella. This was prime. Irving Wood said, but this was prime time, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I was a big, a ratings guy for CBS. I was on network television, so I had a great fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. But here's the people who said nobody knew until after fight. And the thing is, the unfortunate part is, other than the ending of the fight, it was a great fight.
Yeah.
It would be one of the fights you would see on ESPN Classic all the time. But because of that, there's nothing good about it.
Right.
And so I understand now. Like I said, at the time, I had a hard time. I understand now.
I wouldn't doubt at the time. How did you remedy that with yourself?
Well, I rely on my faith. I have a strong conviction in my relationship with God. Being grown up in a Catholic household, parochial school, 12 years, you learn that to have that relationship, and that's the only thing that got me through, and it's the only thing that carries me through my life today.
Sure.
Through any hard time, and I say my prayers every morning, every night, and I leave it in God's hands. I'm not trying to get the philosophical thing, but that's just
that's
just, my faith carries me through.
Exactly.
Do you want to ask something?
I want to just let the people know that he helps ex-fighters, too. I think that should be said.
Yeah.
You got an organization.
Yeah, I'm part of the boxers, the Retired Boxers Association, and it's great. And my friend Alex Ramos from the Bronx here started it years ago, and we try to help fighters. And I'm part of also Ring 8 and Ring 10, which are here in New York, based in New York. And these are guys that do, businessmen that put the money into a pot and help fighters. I'm very proud to be part.
A lot of fighters have horrible lives.
And these guys go out, and, during holidays, they have money to make sure to take care of these guys. If they have doctor bills that take care of these guys. So Ring 8 and Ring 10 is a wonderful, wonderful organizations. They are wonderful organizations, and if anybody here knows of it or wants to be part of it, it should be part of it, because they have monthly meetings, and great ex-fighters and people part of the business come and talk on a monthly basis. And I'll be there September 10th for Ring 10, and I'm so looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've been back, but it's just, we don't, we have to look out for our own, because we don't have any unions. We don't have there's no union in boxing, so we have to look out for each other. And basically, whatever you made in fighting, you gotta have to parlay that into something else, and that sustains you for a lifetime.
You said something very interesting too in the fight. You're talking about the Kim fight. You said, I in that moment know him better than his fiance or his kids or anybody who knows him. And what is that relationship when you're fighting a guy? You guys are sharing some weird thing that no one else around them can understand.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because people say, what is it when you're in it with another guy? I said, I may have never met this guy before, never see him again. And for those moments, I know him better than anybody because you know what's that deep in his soul. Because it's I don't know, animalistic nature of the business. I know we both know what we're trying to accomplish. I have something, he wants it, I'm trying to keep him from getting it, that whole thing, and how you go about it. So that's why you always see fighters hug after fight. You know, may have been a war, but you hug afterwards because you have such a mutual respect and admiration for each other and what we're trying to accomplish. And then you go your separate ways. But
how much can you tell before the fight, right before the fight, by looking at a man's face? How much can you tell about his fear, his ambition to beat you?
Well, some guys you could, and other guys you look and you know it's going to be a headache. And it's just, the fight with Kim, his dressing room was right next to mine, and sometimes they're not, but sometimes they are. And before that, you could hear him. And when I'm in there, I like a little piece of quiet. Yeah. We're sitting there, and I'm kind of meditating, and I'll sit there, bang, bang. He's punching the walls, punching lockers. And,
oh, no.
And all of a sudden, everyone in my team looks at me, starting to get real wide-eyed. I go, oh, man, we're in for a tough one today, aren't we? And that's but I knew what I was up against, Yeah. I had the mindset, I prepared for war. My style was not coming forward. Like I said, it was going to be a war, but I prepared for war. You got to go, I used to say things like, you're going to have to kill me to beat me for this title. You feel that way as a fighter, I'm willing to die for my title. You mean that, but subconsciously, obviously, no, you don't want that. I mean, right. I'll fight to the end if I have to, and I would. Yeah. But you say things like that, and then you realize after something like that happens, man, you really got to watch what you say, man. Sometimes people can will what they say. Right. Yeah. I mean, here's what people don't understand, what you'll find out in the documentary too, is that before the fight, he had his trainer talks about it, and his stablemate, his sparring partner talks about it. He had a coffin next to his bed. And they said, what's that? He said, either I'm coming home in that or Mancini's going home in that. Holy shit. And you go, and my daughter said to me, she said, Poppy, did you know that? I said, no, man, and good thing I didn't. Wow. Because that would have changed. If I'd have known that, I don't know if I would have gotten a ring. You know what I mean? So if you'd have thought like that. But I know that their mindset, he had that warrior mentality. I know what it is to have that mentality, but I never thought like that. Right, that's you just want to win. I'll do whatever it takes to win. That type of thing. Yeah. And it's scary as after you think about it now. And then he wrote on the lampshade, "Kill or be killed," the day before the fight. Wow. It's it's very eerie after the fact. It is, yeah.
They are telling us that Ray has to leave.
Oh man,
why?
You got another interview.
Why,
you probably have other interviews.
I thought I was auditioning for a show here, man.
I would talk to you till 10 o'clock. This is fucking great. I don't want you to leave at all.
Yeah.
The documentary is The Good Son. It's excellent. I've seen it. It's obviously Ray's story, and it's Ultra Video on Demand, July 16th, or you can see it in the theater if you want, August the 9th. Yeah. And if you want to learn more about it, go to snagfilms.com/The Good Son. It's what you're hearing right here. It's very honest and open, and it's just, you're just a nice man.
I appreciate that.
That's how you know Ray is a punching machine, because he's a nice man who likes to fight.
And he got out of it still with his handsome face. Look at him.
Look at you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
For coming, man.
This was great.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM. Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Leaving for Montreal tomorrow.
Yes.
What do we have to tell the people about our Montreal trip?
It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
Apparently our Friday show is sold out, the Friday night show.
Nice.
Yeah. We have a very good lineup for that show.
Very cool. I'd pat ourselves on the back, but there was only 10 tickets available, so
limited space right there.
We're performing for 10 people, so
I saw the layout of the conference room.
Yeah, it's more
like a banquet hall.
Sure.
It's a banquet hall in a hotel. You ever see that? Like where they do the toddlers and tiaras?
Well, that's
sort of another thing.
That's your world, sir.
Oh my God, I watched the fucking show. You know what goddamn garbage pieces of shit we could be on this program? Yeah. I watched this documentary on HBO, and it was kind of like one of those toddlers and tiara beauty contest thing, but it was for disabled kids. It was so fucking sad.
But why would they do that?
It was terrible.
What was the point?
I don't know. It's supposed to be to make them feel good, I guess.
No, why would they have a documentary on that?
I guess, you go and see, like, hey, look, we're helping these little kids out.
I have the answer. I've just...
Oh, what was it?
Because it's a freak show. But
no, it wasn't presented like freak show.
Because you can't present it as a freak show. But in the end, it's a little freaky.
I got to be honest. No, I've seen.
Then why would they do this?
I've seen things that they're like, this is a freak show, two-headed girl thing, freak show.
Right.
This was presented in a way where it wasn't like freakish. They had like emotional problems and like cerebral palsy and shit like
horrible.
that. It was the saddest thing. I almost had a moment of humanity watching it.
You do.
It was terrible.
You have those moments. You just don't want to tell anybody.
Oh, it was, but,
Little People, Big World coming back? Is that what you're telling me?
Now that's a freak show.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Go backwards. Are you serious? I love this fucking show.
Look at the tits on that midget.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is the show really coming back?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Holy... Today!
Oh.
Today!
Yes.
Set that DVR.
You want to watch that?
I watched that. That was one of my shows.
Yeah, that was. Matt Roloff. Yeah, the midget that sounds like, what's his name over there?
Oh, wow, wow, everyone's old now, though. How long? They went off the air for a few years. Yeah, man. Little People, Big World. Did we ever have him on?
Look how big he got.
No, that was just Vinny Brand.
No? Yeah.
All right.
Vinny Brand.
Thank you, Sam.
Just Vinny Brand with his voice.
He sounds exactly like him.
His midget voice.
I am very excited. Little People, Big World before Honey Boo Boo.
Is this the last season of Honey Boo Boo? Did they decide? It's in Smell-O-Vision, too.
Yep.
I guess you get a magazine or something, like People Magazine or something like that, and you get a card with a bunch of scratch and sniffs on it, and then at various points in the Honey Boo Boo show, you scratch and you smell, and you'll smell like the old lady's feet and fucking shit.
It's a boil.
Is a boil?
Yeah, you get to smell one of her boils.
That's fucking disgusting.
I was very disappointed in that.
Why?
You know this slob?
Uncle Paul.
You know this slob, the Honey Boo Boo mom, was in this building last week?
Oh, yeah, she was.
I saw her.
And she refused to do our show and Howard's show.
Well.
She's trying to do highbrow interviews for the dumb show she puts on TV. Well, we do highbrow interviews. Why did I just fucking take a shot at us? She's an asshole. We were goofing on her when she was on the phone. She hated us.
Keep feeding your fucking Honey Boo Boo kid, too. Wow, has that kid gotten fat in 1 year.
Really?
Holy fuck!
What a surprise! What a surprise that happened.
They're all fat.
Who saw that coming?
Guaranteed she's knocked up in a year.
Yeah, well, let's see.
What's the matter, Uncle Paul?
That Smell-O-Vision thing was a lie.
Why?
I wanted to scratch. Where's the underpants?
No, that's not.
Oh, my God.
Sure.
Why would you
Hey, let's smell our little feet.
Why would you want that?
Oh, my God.
Let me smell our underpants.
No, you know, there's not. Could you imagine they do that, Uncle Paul? Stop.
Sure, I can imagine it.
Of course you could.
I ordered it. I wanted my money back. Bunch of lies.
Why is Spike Lee trying to kickstart for for 1.25 million?
You'd think he had it.
You'd think.
I bet he does. Just trying to.
I bet he does. He doesn't want to risk his own fucking capital.
No, he's like, oh, the people who watch it will pay for it instead.
Yeah.
Hey,
the newest, hottest Spike Lee joint.
What is it about?
Why the fuck is Spike Lee asking for money? Like, come on, Spike.
He's got $74,000 already?
Yeah. Human beings who are addicted to blood. Funny, sexy, and bloody. And it's not Blackula.
All right.
That's right.
I'm not a big fan of the Spike.
Wow.
Spike Lee joints.
Well, what do we got?
Of course you do.
I do too. I think he's great. I don't know about his newer stuff.
Yeah. Oh, what do you got? Something good?
Oh, my God. There's some girl on Big Brother showing her boobs.
Oh.
What?
Look at this. Look at look nice.
Whoa. Is that the live feed?
Yeah, I guess the live feed at night.
Ah.
Look, she's outside just like topless.
She's jiggling.
She's putting on.
She's jiggling those.
She's putting on a couple pasties.
Yeah.
Showing her titties.
Pasties.
But the pasties start looking like the areola, right?
Yeah.
Oh, now she's shaking them.
God, I hate
Could you put this on the big screen there, Sam Roberts?
Yeah.
How about this? Put it on the screen, Sam.
I already said yes.
No, but he asked you politely. He should have given a direct order.
I said yes.
The boss gave an order.
Of course. Sam doesn't realize because he's got his own little show after our show. He thinks that during this show, it's just like a warm-up for his.
Absolutely. He thinks he's lollygagging.
You're a subordinate here.
But I said yes.
Missy.
From the beginning, I said yes.
I'm sorry then.
Seem fair?
Sam, I'm Opie Radio on Twitter, but that's not very important right now.
What?
But I did,
why'd you say it?
But I did retweet Spectro _ MI who brought this to my attention today, and of course I just retweeted it. So I guess you can just go to my Twitter, Opie Radio, but that's not very important right now. Here it is. Look at this broad.
Wow. She has some weighty ones.
Who cares if she's got pasties on? You get to see everything.
Could you move that a little, the microphone?
Yes, that's some good implants right there.
Wow.
She's just out in the backyard. Oh, yeah. She's, why don't we have audio on this?
I don't know.
Why
audio.
the pasties at that point?
Huh?
Why bother with pasties?
Silly.
We can't see nipple. The whole tit's there.
Right.
It's like just these barely pink pasty things. What does the nipple do that changes the whole thing?
That's a very good. I guess that's what makes it sexual. Officially,
the nipple?
Yeah, but I think that's pretty sexual right there. It just makes it look like you erase the areolas when you put the pasties on.
And, how comes, you know what? She couldn't put a shirt on and just cut out the nipples and walk around.
Right.
That's terrible.
That would be horrendous.
But you're seeing 99% of the tit there.
Right.
Just not the nipple.
Could you go back slightly?
Nipple's very important.
It looked like that girl was like fisting, like a. Here, watch. It's an illusion that's coming up. Yeah. Doesn't look like she.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, her legs are crossed.
That's such a stupid visual.
See?
Wow, look at that. Oh, now she's shaking them.
We're just looking at her shaking her giant implants, people. Don't mind us.
I wish we could hear what she's saying.
Yeah, it really
she's
is
obviously
stupid to
just
cover
talking
them.
about them.
Yeah. Yeah, the covering, I don't know.
Show those big fucking tits.
Why are we so crazy about,
we're just a dumb country of
people
dummies.
seeing tits, like nipples. Oh, look out.
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah, we are dummies. Priorities are so fucked up.
Hey, the video's not over yet.
The big titted one is Amanda.
Oh, people are watching Big Brother still?
Oh, they're saying it's tranny.
Amanda. Amanda topless in the bedroom. No sound, it says.
Not the greatest implants, actually, the more I look at them. But
no, I mean, I've seen a fuckload worse.
Right. Not bad, though. They're a little tight
weighty.
or something. More weighty tits.
You know who's got fucking really nice tits? That Laura Prepon.
Oh, yeah.
From fucking Orange is the New Black.
Those are the traditional big and heavies.
Oh, I like big and heavies. Can I see
do.
some big and heavies, Sam
People were, of course, giving a few spoilers saying that's all you see of her, by the way.
Yeah, for the most part it is. There's some bra scenes and stuff like that, but no more tittage.
You see the tittage.
But they showed some tittage?
Oh, yeah.
Tittage.
How
the extreme.
Tittage.
Let's check out some tittage. What are we, Tucker Max?
Yeah.
Let's look at some tittage.
Tittage.
It's the shower scene with Laura.
How do you say
There
it?
it is. Look at that.
How do you say your name?
Happy.
Laura Prepon.
Laura Prepon. Here it is. Now look, Laura Prepon comes around.
Whoa,
look at those.
Hello.
Look at that. Yeah.
What do we got here?
They're lesing out.
They are
That's
lesing out.
70s
What the
show
fudge?
tits.
Why is the American Pie dude in this?
He's the husband.
Oh, God, I ain't watching this show.
He's awesome.
I don't like American Pie people.
He's actually good in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Aren't we getting some of them on our show?
Maybe.
Yeah, we're supposed to get Natasha Lyonne.
Whoa. Jesus.
This is like Oz with tits
Holy shit.
instead of big dicks. Yeah.
Except not that many tits after the first episode.
I know. What happened?
Just a good show.
They
It's a
went
good show,
all in
though.
with their tittage on the first episode?
yeah.
They roped you in with their
you guys-
first episode. Like, they're closing the curtains.
You got to spread out the
for a
tittage.
show that's on Netflix.
I'm done. I'm out.
Like,
Yeah, some nice titties.
titties. Oh, thank you. You got them TV titties. They stand up on their own, all perky and everything.
Everything.
That's tasty.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she is hilarious.
Commissary.
I didn't know it was fucking Janeway from Star Trek. Also is the fucking cook.
Oh, yeah.
Cook. She was, yeah.
Now we're just watching.
Crazy. I like the show, though.
It's really good.
People are loving this show.
It's pretty goddamn good. And especially for like a Netflix show. The second you think internet-only show, you're thinking, it's going to look cheap production, you know, not very good. It's really, really good. Well done. Looks good.
Fun to watch.
Nicely acted.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I like it. I'm in. I watched like 4 episodes. And
I think I only got 2 left.
Oh, man.
What? It's a 6-episode show?
No, I think I only got 2 left. We didn't watch them together.
13 episodes.
I thought you guys were kind of, you know.
Just hanging out, watching Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
In the movie theater.
We
just
should.
chilling.
We should.
We should do it. We should have a marathon.
Let's do that.
What's
Make a hole in the popcorn bucket?
Oh,
that old
sexy. The hole in the...
Can I see
Has
this?
anyone ever really done that?
Can I see the woman throwing the tantrum? I don't know this one.
Oh,
it's been brought to my attention. There's a woman throwing a ridiculous tantrum because she wants to go to the lake.
I meant to show you this while we were
I
talking
haven't
about
seen this
boobies.
one.
I was fucking watching this, having an
We have more
anxiety attack.
boobie?
Yeah, here's a nipple slip from Raw last night.
Really? One of the divas?
Oh, well,
one of the ring divas?
What have we got here?
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Slipped right out.
There.
Wow.
Her nipple popped right the fuck out.
Titty just came right out.
What diva is that?
That's one of the Bella twins.
Bella.
Are they actually twins?
Yes, they are, but one got implants,
right?
So they don't look as much like twins anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If you gotta get the implants together.
That's
if you're
what I was
twins.
thinking.
If you can match, outfits, you certainly can match
titties.
Tittage. Jesus.
I'm bummed out because I was going to ask them about it, but they're coming in here on Friday and we'll be in Montreal. Otherwise, we would have gone to the bottom of the tit story.
Man.
They'll get them again, I'm sure.
I fucking watched this video of this guy. He apparently had his phone and he recorded his wife in the passenger seat of a vehicle screaming at him, having a temper tantrum like a child over the fact that she wanted to go to the lake with him.
What?
Yeah. She wanted to go to the lake. He was going to the lake. He was going out on the boat.
What, was it
she
a guy
wanted
thing?
to go, I guess.
Well, he's got 1 day off.
1 day off.
All she wanted to do was go to the lake.
Yeah.
But he needed to get the tires on his truck fixed.
Yeah.
And she didn't understand why they couldn't go to the lake. Why did they have to get the tires fixed?
He said, I'm going crazy out there by the lake. I said, well, this ain't that kind of place. He said, I know, and the last guy that did that, well, you won't be seeing him no more. And I said, right. Fargo.
Oh.
What's going crazy down there by the lake. When he interviewed that fucking hick, the cop interviewed him.
shoveling
who's
snow.
shoveling the snow.
You won't be seeing him no more.
I won't be, and I don't mean it. It's such a great fucking scene.
Let's see the lake video.
Yeah.
Shit! You know, I do all my shit to have a Saturday to hang out with my husband, and yet all of your shit is all this.
All I want to do is get my tires rotated.
Get them rotated. I would like to go on the lake. Why can't we go on the lake? I mean, there's no reason not to be on the lake right now.
How can we afford it?
Afford it? James, that's like petty money that I'm spending on that boat compared to what I
Then
make.
why do you keep going off and telling me you don't
James,
have
because
money?
I'm trying to sit down and go over the budget with you. You
No.
won't do
The
it.
budget is you
You need to
dictating.
stop and get me some
I don't have to do anything.
Please, I'm about to go crazy.
You already
Please,
have.
James.
I mean, shit.
Please.
I haven't done anything with you.
Go straight. Let me get cigarettes.
All over a pack of cigarettes. That's what this revolves.
Stop!
I mean, really? And you want me to take you on the boat
I
like
want to
this?
go on the boat. I'm getting anxious.
It's not my fault. I mean, shit. Whitney. It's not because you can't get your way.
I never get my way. I just want one day where I can. One day! One day where I can go on the lake! God damn! Why can't you just do it for me? Why is it so hard?
I had shit to do there. It's all revolves around.
No, it doesn't! Take me out on the lake!
Because you're not getting your way.
Ah!
Oh. Because you're not getting...
James, just take
He's
me out
laughing
of
at
the
her.
lake.
Oh, wow.
I'm having an anxiety attack.
It's not my fault. I haven't done anything, Whitney.
Take me out.
I've sat here.
Please.
Oh, because I gotta get shit done to my truck.
No, you don't. That
Oh, I
truck
don't.
is fine.
No,
It's like
fine,
she's
you know,
fucking
right?
8 years old.
Cunt.
Please.
It's my day.
Please take me out of the lake. Why is it so hard?
It's my day to get shit done too. And you're acting like an 11-year-old that didn't get the toy from Walmart.
What a cunt.
Why can't I ever go? Why?
I'd take her out to the lake like Frida was taken out to the lake.
Where Scott Peterson took Lazy.
I mean, it's okay. That's the best part about this. Now you're going to text everybody.
I am, and I want to go on the lake.
So you're going to make me look like a bad guy. So
Yes, you are. You're not taking your wife out on the lake that we spend money for.
That's what it revolves around. All because I'm not taking you to the lake, you're throwing a fit. So you're going to text everybody and get on Facebook and tell everybody what a bad person I am for what? Doing like some things like general maintenance and stuff, and then you yell at me because
General maintenance, really?
there's stuff not done around the house?
Right, my oil has been overdue, and I'm going to
That's not my fault. Why don't you take it to the thing?
Because I can't, James.
Why?
I told you
Why
that.
can't you?
Because it's an interlock thing.
And that's whose fault problem?
Then I'll ask someone else to do my
Fine, just keep asking people.
I will, and then that's why everybody makes comments at work about you.
When they see this video, they'll understand.
God, what a cunt.
Wow. Could you imagine having to deal with that?
He's dealing with that fucking spoiled brat.
She's screaming. She's kicking her feet up into the windshield.
Imagine living with that fucking shit.
No.
How hateable.
Very.
Good for him.
Very hateable. Yuck. Yeah. That gave me anxiety watching that because I'd been in that.
About the
I've
lake?
been in that scenario.
Why wouldn't your man take
No,
you to
the
lake?
ex-wife sitting in the oh boy, sitting in the passenger seat, just doing the same thing.
Over what?
Who the fuck even remembers? But I just remember the nightmare of not being able to stop that. Oh boy, did I want to fucking open that door and give a kick. Watch her fucking.
And it still took you how many years to get out of it?
9.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
The first couple hours were good.
Yeah.
But didn't you have tears in your eyes night one?
Tears in his eyes, I guess, as he looks at this marriage.
That's why I said first couple hours.
Oh, you're right.
I said couple of hours.
Yeah,
We're
like
good.
the first dance was nice.
Yeah, first cocktail maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Enjoyed the
nice things were
celebration.
said by relatives.
That's great. Got married in a place that later became a strip club. Wonderful. Oh, God, her scream. That time I had to drive her and her fucking mother from the club. That was I Want to Go Home. But Judy was like, I want to go home. And I'm like, I can't. I have the truck. I have the band's truck. We have to load the equipment in it. I want to go home. My mother wants to go home now, motherfucker. I'm like, Joe, look, I'm gonna take the truck from Boston, drive it back to Ashland.
How far was that?
Almost an hour.
It was like an
45 minutes.
And drop them off, and then I'll come back with the truck, and we'll load the fucking equipment back in. Well, I hadn't been up there. I hadn't lived up there at that point. We were just up there for a gig. And I didn't know my way around or anything. There was no GPS.
Right.
I was going off of the fact that I thought Judy might be able to let us know which way to go.
She was being a brat?
She was drunk off her ass. Her and her daughter were sitting in one of the bench. It was a bench seat. So they were sitting there, and I was driving. It's like a Ryder truck, And I'm like, which way? Which way? Where are we? Where are we? I don't know where we are.
I don't live in this area.
I don't live here.
Oh,
Look, my whole fucking band is waiting back at the club. I have to load equipment. Which way do we go? I think, are we in Framingham? I need to.
I don't know if we're
Where are we going? Are we going to the bar? And she didn't even know where we were going. At one point I got so mad, I jammed on the brakes, and they both ended up in the fucking footwell. Of the fucking, it gave me an ounce of pleasure. Finally, after probably an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, we get there to the house.
How'd you get there?
It was like
you lucked
almost
like
like
miracle, right?
She popped her head up for a second and went, "Oh, it's over there." She knew the bar or the restaurant on the corner, of course, and so I fucking dropped them off, and at that point I had to drive back to the club, try to figure out where that was.
No cell phone?
There's no cell phones. I couldn't even call my brother. They thought I was dead. They literally thought because my brother's like, there's no way Anthony wouldn't come back with the truck, so he must be dead. It was terrible. The club was closed, and it was cold out, so they had to take all the equipment out in back of the club and stand there with it for over an hour while I was on my way back.
Because they wanted to go home.
And I got back, and Joe's like, "What the f-?" And I went, No, not right now. I go, if you want to bitch at me about this tomorrow, feel free. But right now, I swear to you, I will fucking kill something. Where are we?
How annoyed were you?
Where are we? I wanted to choke her with her daughter. I just was so angry.
How long would it have taken to load the truck while those two selfish bitches waited?
Fucking half hour.
So why didn't they just
hour
wait?
At most. You take us home, yeah. It was more out of, I just wanted to leave out of embarrassment.
Oh, was your wife was being a cunt?
Oh, they were both of them making a scene. A scene!
After a gig, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, how fucking hateable.
It was horrid. And I got back and, loaded in. I was just...
Well, luckily, that was the only scene she pulled.
Yeah,
so.
Thank God. It wasn't...
You gotta give them
it wasn't every day for 9 years of shit. More so, a little less than. Sometimes it was worse. Sometimes a little better. But never good. Never good. Always a problem. Just what was the magnitude of said problem?
How great is it you're out of that, though? Like, you didn't have a kid.
I couldn't even... yes,
you're not
I never
stuck with her.
Ever need to see her again. If we had a kid, I would be fucking like having to deal with that shit.
Look at her dumb fucking face.
Oh, wow.
Do you think she would have been nicer if she didn't drink?
Can I speak?
Yeah.
She was really nice when she wasn't drinking.
Oh.
She actually was really nice.
And
when was that, though? That she wasn't
Well, we went
drinking?
out. We went out more socially, so.
Yeah.
And we'd all start out the night sober.
The night started great.
And she was really nice, and actually.
You're right. You know what?
And look, I don't really like the broad, to be honest with you. But if we're being honest, she had a nice personality and she was cool. But then she got a few in her, and forget it. Her personality changed drastically.
One of the nastiest drunks I've ever known in my life. I've known quite a few.
Yeah.
One of the worst. Yeah, the contrast of the change.
It was unbelievable.
Because if she was sober, she wasn't bad.
You don't really change much between.
No, I get.
Jimmy's
got a great description of me when I drink. I get very chatty. I get loud, and I repeat things.
Yeah, but
it's always with a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not angry.
I'm not an angry or belligerent guy. I love having a good time and having fun when I'm drinking. I don't know.
Sure. It's just everybody else's good time that you don't care about. No, Ant's fine. I hate being around drunks, and Ant doesn't bother me when he drinks.
I just like having a
Ant's a fun guy when he's drinking. Like, even when he's loaded, he's not a dick.
Right.
That's rare.
No, I don't like. I don't like that, man. It's something. I don't know. I understand people probably can't control it.
Sure.
Booze hits people different ways.
It's all it hits you differently.
But when you sit there and I'm not a counselor, and when I would sit there with her and try to preface the evening with, "Hey, what?"
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
I think some of the mic.
Oh no!
Jen was a good cook. Just came in.
Oh yeah, actually she was.
Jen was a good cook.
Who was that?
Our old pal is listening to us again, Jay.
Oh, Jay, yeah,
Jay
yeah,
from
yeah.
Framingham is now.
What up, Jay?
He's
Why not yell into the mic like he's got to hear? Hey, Jay!
What up,
Because he's
Jay?
far away. I got to yell.
Goddamn
Yo,
Jay! Our old pal. We love Jay. He's in L.A. married with 2 kids now. He's been there a long time.
Jay's good shit, man.
Yeah, but oh yeah, he palled around with the group.
Yeah.
He was Judy's date half the time.
Yeah, that's right. I could picture him probably listening to that last break about it and going like, yeah.
Jay used to throw a few back, and
yeah.
so he didn't mind. We would team him up with Aunt's mother-in-law.
Judy. Jay.
She would fall asleep on Jay on the way home. A lot.
That's right.
A lot.
Think you ever fucked her?
No.
I bet he did.
No.
I bet he snuck over into that passenger seat and fucking dipped it in. I bet he blew a few loads in her knowing it'd be no problem.
God,
it's like throwing fucking oatmeal on a warehouse floor.
I can picture Jay right now somewhere in L.A. laughing his ass off.
I bet she dumped a few loads in her.
No way.
While she was passed out.
No.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
She would have broken half.
She would. No, he
She
probably
was
did it
very-
gentle, and like he probably slow fucked her in the passenger seat. Like he'd hold her ass and just like pull her panties aside and spit in his hand and just dip the head in until he came. And she'd think she wet herself.
She was so fragile.
Oh,
Exactly.
No, man.
She was. She weighed like fucking 80 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. He'd give her a good. He would just put the helmet in past the lips.
No.
It would be dry, but the lips would be wet from his spit. He'd he'd dump his load, pull her panties back up. Nobody knows.
This is terrible.
Yeah, she wet her.
Bad.
Judy, you wet yourself. Oh, thank you. How was she talking?
Oh, it's terrible.
She wasn't a bad broad.
No, Judy was fun.
Judy wasn't a bad broad.
She was fun when
Of course
she
she
wasn't,
was.
completely hammered, and you didn't need to depend on her for something.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
when she was hammered and I needed directions, very bad. But her just fucking hanging out.
I got her back for you when I took out all her homos by accident.
Oh, yeah.
With the long phone cord.
Opie was like the fucking tornado in that house.
I broke so much
He lived
shit.
with her for fucking ever.
6 months, probably.
6 months.
You were there a couple weeks. I said, fuck.
Couple weeks, and then, I was
getting my laundry done, and there was some kind of food around. I'm like, and the bed was good. I'm like, you know what? I'm just worried about a radio show. I could handle this for a while. Fuck it.
Even the wife knew, like, I got to get out of here. I can't live with the mother.
We were roommates.
Like, within 2 weeks, she's like, I found a place. Like, all right.
Right.
Well, let's go. And Judy's just,
Oh, you say you go to that place. It's only a mile away. You could come here and watch TV with me.
Would you like that when you went to pick them up and her up and you're watching TV?
No.
I felt so bad.
No.
I felt so bad for Anthony because I would drop him off there because the car was there. I don't know why I went. I guess I went because I was lonely. Oh, no, I was living there.
You were living there, of course.
Hello. But I was able to go upstairs in my room, and that was it.
Yeah.
And
I'd sit downstairs.
And I feel bad with Ant because he just wanted to get home or go to the bar or something. And they had a whole routine of. I know we've told these stories a million times, but there was 3 shows they had to watch every single night after we did
General
this.
Hospital, Days of Our Lives, and then Friends.
Was it Friends?
Yeah, of course it was Friends, and then we would watch that. Anthony, why are you drinking so much Captain Morgan?
We would get
to live.
We would get back to the house at
Survive.
7:30 because we were doing afternoons, and if you were lucky, you got out of there by 10.
10. It was usually 11. It's usually 11.
Did you want to watch those shows though?
No.
Night after night after night. It was this crazy routine. I'd go down and socialize a little bit, like, all right, see you later, and pop out, or I'd just take off, do whatever.
Why did you just go to the
Why
bar?
does Stefano Demira have such a problem with John Black?
Well, the problem was that his ex didn't drive.
Yeah.
So he was stuck with that
license.
shit. Worthless.
I think when she had I think she tried to drive a car once in Comac, and she got like 50 feet and it went right into a tree. And she
Decided that was
did
it.
not
She hit a
drive
deer. It was in the zoo. She hit a tree. She told me she
Yeah.
picked the horn.
So she was crazy about driving, so she didn't drive.
Unless you're brought up in New York City, you got to learn how to drive.
And Judy can't drive after dark. I don't like driving after dark because I can't see very well and I have to make right-hand turns. Because as you know, I don't make left-hand turns. 3 rights make a left.
All true.
Oh, God.
All fucking true. She couldn't drive us to Logan Airport.
Dude. When I finally remember when we finally started getting a line on where things were.
I couldn't believe how
we were
close
like-
everything was.
Like we had to go from like
No,
Judy's
'cause you had-
house
yeah.
to the mall in Framingham or something. And
No, it was for the bus stop to go
Yeah.
to Logan because you wouldn't drive us all
To
the way to
Logan.
Logan because that's like driving cross country to
Oh,
her.
yeah, crazy.
So we did all these country roads and a lot of rights. Dan's not lying,
Rights.
rights because she didn't want to take the left. So it would
And she
just
didn't
take
like
us
highways.
completely out of the way. And then, when we finally started figuring out our own bearings, we're like, do you realize she lives 5 miles from the bus stop for Logan?
There was a time I
It
remember.
took us an hour, Sam. I'm not joking. It took us an hour.
An hour.
Because no left turns.
And it was 5 minutes away. There was one time.
Maybe 10 minutes,
I went-
if we're, so we don't exaggerate. But it was really close.
Dude, I went to the mall once. And I remember coming back to Judy's house. My jaw was it was open. I went Opie. The mall is literally 5 minutes away.
It's in her backyard.
And he's like, what?
Right.
I was like, yes.
Well, because it was on the other side of Route 9, so that's a whole nother thing.
She didn't want to cross over Route 9. Or
So she has to get around Route 9?
But she figured it out in her head.
So how long did it take to get to the mall?
I don't remember
the Judy
that
way.
one. That was an
It was like 40 minutes.
Holy fuck, this
40
It
minutes.
was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You got to see the humpback.
The humpback whale almost eats the diver.
They'll show it again. The couple divers in the water.
Oh, whoa!
And they pop right out.
You
right
see all
next
the
to
fish,
diver.
But they didn't. Oh, they
Come
came
to
up
the
to eat.
surface? Yeah.
How many whales was that? Two.
Two humpback whales.
Oh, they were just eating fish.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch
Oh.
of fish, and then they were coming up from. I guess they come up from below and scoop up as many fish as they can.
Yeah, they get them in a big bunch.
Right.
They circle around him, and then they go down and come up and open their mouths and,
And grab as much as they can.
Wait. You
And
can
then-
just peek in the booth and see it done.
Really? Oh, shit!
no.
He's paying attention.
E-Rock.
Oh wait, do they circle around and get like the water going so the fish gets like they
Well, it
swirl them up?
scares them into it. So it's not so much the water like a whirlpool, but it gets the fish swimming in a little school in a circle, and then they go down and come up underneath them, and fucking like a ton of fish in their mouth. It's crazy.
See it done.
I'm sorry, E-Rock. It's not you. It's the concept.
It's your character.
It's the listener's concept of E-Rock.
It's your character.
No, it's your portrayal of E-Rock.
That's true.
My portrayal of the concept of an E-Rock.
Why is E-Rock so
Not
ornery?
you.
Why are you ornery
I
the
get
last couple
disappointed
days?
when people see you because then they realize you're not
So
fat.
do they. Sorry, Eric. That was a wordplay joke.
That doesn't help.
Eric, why are you a little ornery? You all right? Everything good with you? All right.
Well, seems a little orneriness.
He does, right?
You know what? I'm very psyched about this Montreal trip.
Me
because
too.
Why? We're not even going to see you. You're going to be in a casino the whole time.
No. I'm going to spend some time
with the staff
hanging out.
Really?
Because we don't hang out and really.
True that.
This is a trip where the staff is going on. We should fucking hang.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we got one of our comedian friends who we were having difficulty getting booked. Texted me back like, yeah, it's the first I've heard of it. Sure, I'd love to.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you off air
That
just because
figures,
I
right?
don't want to put him in an uncomfortable position with his representation.
Wait,
The one we were
style?
talking about?
One of them, yeah, one of the two.
Wait, could you write it down?
Sure.
Oh.
He's very funny, and I like him a lot.
Nah, we don't need that.
Oh, he's going to be great.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh.
He's really funny. Do you know him?
Yeah, I
Yeah, he's a
do.
very funny comic.
I think he's going to be really good.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. He's a good act. And he's a good dude. But it's amazing how, like, the publicists and stuff don't go. He's like, it's the first I've heard of it. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
If I found out my publicist or my manager turned down something on my behalf without telling me, I would behead them.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Bringing that here to this country.
Jesus.
Well, I meant
Really?
that.
Just
Beheading.
fire
Jimmy's going to bring it to this country.
Wow.
No,
the
but,
beheading.
But you know what?
Oh my
You
God.
literally.
How about a good scolding?
No reason.
Perhaps
Are you
That's
going
too severe.
to start with a beheading, Jim?
Perhaps that's incorrect.
Or a little chit chat first?
How
would
about you
probably-
browbeat him a little bit?
Just out of line.
All right.
Oh my
About
God.
being fair.
All right.
But it drives me nuts that these the publicists operate that way.
Yeah.
Because I was getting annoyed at him, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's my buddy. He would at least go, hey, I would love to, but I can't. But he goes, hey, first I've heard of it. Like, and that's just,
Amazing.
It's how they are.
What does this have to do with Judy, though?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of it.
People love the Judy stories, and I try to remember like ones we haven't told.
I know,
and
I know.
I know there's more. I bet you Jay, who's listening now in L.A., could probably remind us of a couple. But I know there's more.
I blotted some out. I just blotted them out of my memory.
I wish I had a new one.
All the ones when I used to fucking have to hang out with the entire family. Wow, they were quite a collection of
even Annie Mag,
Annie Mag, all the cousins and fucking uncles and brother and fucking crazy. And there I was fucking driving up in my Volkswagen Bug with no heat to give her that fucking $800 engagement ring.
Nice.
That I bought at the Penn Station jewelry store.
Like it.
Fucking true love right from the start, man. Every second of that relationship spelt disaster. It's just everything. From meeting to proposal to fucking marriage to divorce. The whole thing was just bad.
Chalk the whole thing up to one big mistake.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Like right from the start, it should have been like, no, that's not the way you usually do things.
But guys would rather be single. I don't know why you would do that. Guys would just rather be single at that point.
I felt like,
we all do stupid things, obviously, but
I felt like, this is how I'm going to enter adulthood.
Fuck you, Jay.
What did Jay say?
You killing her dog? That's been blown out of proportion over the years.
Chester, why are you crying?
Fucking Jay. We've told that story.
Chester.
For the record, I love animals. Of course. As long as they don't make me sneeze.
Or eat your fucking
prime rib. When the Knicks are in the fucking playoffs.
It's a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. What a wacky time that was.
Louis C.K. was on The Daily Show last night.
Yeah.
It's a quick hit. I'm thinking we could play it for our pal.
I'd love to hear it.
Gotta get Louis back on again. Isn't he in the new Woody Allen movie?
Yes.
That's what he was promoting.
Wow, very cool.
We had Dice here yesterday, Opie.
How'd it go?
You weren't here.
Man. Fuck.
Dice got a part that was originally Louis went for the part that Dice got.
It was actually good. We pretty much did an interview.
He's good.
But it wasn't just like Dice, hey, suck my dick. We actually sat and conducted an interview with Dice.
Now that he's podcasting, he understands the process.
He's got all the stuff going on, the movie, the podcast, live shows, the special DVD. So, we just talked about all that stuff.
Nice.
It's kind of fucking fun, yeah. The Dice Man. But Louis in that movie, too, the Woody Allen movie. And he was on The Daily Show. I guess Jon Stewart's been on vacation for like 3 months.
It's been a while.
What the fuck is going on?
He took the summer off. For what? I forgot.
Shooting a movie.
Oh, that's right.
John, I got some advice for you and your show. Yeah, you don't need to be there.
3 days a week.
Wow. 3 days a week. 3 days a week. Because that's how many times you want to show up during the week.
Jesus, Bob.
Oh, God.
So why don't we play the Louis thing?
Sure. Why don't we?
All right. Louis C.K. on The Daily Show, everyone.
Yes. Yeah. How about that? How about that? Does that? Well, yeah.
All right now.
Okay. At a point, it starts to sound sarcastic.
Yeah, it's really rude.
Yeah. But that really fills the sails a little bit. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on the royal baby.
Oh, yeah, yes. I wasn't going to say, but that's my kid, yeah. It is. It's my kid. I don't understand why that's, I don't understand why it's a big deal. I don't know. There was 50 babies born in Brooklyn today, probably.
Yeah, but none of them are going to be the greatest baby in the history of the world.
No. This baby is born with a castle already.
Yeah, that's right.
With a couple of castles.
Yeah, that's right. People born in Brooklyn just have a few white castles they can go and eat in. That's it. That's it. That's objectively less good. So this
Pretty
is
good.
Blue Jasmine. Blue Jasmine, Woody Allen movie.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a Woody Allen movie. That must have been, as a comedian.
Yeah.
That must have been pretty amazing.
Yeah.
To spend any amount of time with him.
Yes. That's all I wanted to do was meet him before he died. That was my goal. I mean, anybody. Not because he's old, but anybody. I mean, you could get hit by a truck as easily as die of old age.
Right. Did you? Is that how you said hello?
Actually more
Woody,
like-
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't die before
I
this
just went,
could
hey,
happen."
nice to meet you. Yes. And then I was like, done. Did it.
Did it. Now you can...
Go ahead.
Yeah, now you can cork it.
Get your dirt nap. Enjoy yourself.
But you must, like, as a kid, I probably knew the Nightclub Years album off by heart.
Yes, me too. Love Woody, and he was a hero of mine and one of the best ever. And so I really just wanted to have any contact with him. So
In the press for this movie, he started to say that he might do a little stand-up again.
that's what I heard. Yeah,
Is there any
That would
way
be
you
amazing.
could nudge him to definitely
I'll ask
do
him
that?
to. I'll probably never see him again. I was in the movie for 3 days, and I was like, the way I looked at it, they were making a movie, and I got to be in it. I wasn't really like, I'm this guy who bothers this poor woman played by Sally Hawkins, and I have sex with her about 5 times in the movie, in the car and in a closet. I'm real seedy, just gross.
I love the way you described your character as one of those stories that women carry around.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, Yeah, I'm one of those things that happened to some poor lady. Yeah, that's what I play in this movie.
I feel like at some point in our lives we have all been that story to a woman, and we just have to own that for the rest of our lives.
Well, I don't think most guys realize that all women have horrible stories. I mean, we have stories that are like, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
So, but they have stories like, I can't even tell the police that happened. Because it's so embarrassing.
They do.
I grew up with 3 sisters, so that's what every, they all have that. They carry that around.
That is what is beautiful about this movie. You haven't even seen this movie.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. It's great.
It's good, right?
It is good. This is usually how these kind of movie interviews go. What's it like? It's good.
Yeah, I heard it's
God
good.
for that.
No, I don't want to tip the premieres tonight, so I wanted to wait till tonight to see it. But it seems, from what I understand, everybody in the movie's a liar. Most people in the movie are lying about something, and I can play liars well because I understand. You lie because life is not that great.
Right.
So by lying, you get to add dimension to your life that doesn't really exist.
Yes, that makes sense.
So that's what I play. A guy who's, I don't want to tell about it because you're going to.
Well, how would you know? You haven't even seen it.
No.
You're just guessing at this point.
Yeah.
Also, Andrew Dice Clay is in this movie.
Yeah, and originally I tried out for his part.
Oh, you did?
I did. My audition for the movie was for the part that he ended up doing. And Dice is great. He's a really good actor. He's
brilliant.
Yeah.
He's absolutely brilliant in this.
I guess. I urge everybody to see it. I heard it's really great.
I had a quick final question for you. Rolling Stone has called you both the funniest comedian in America and a jerk-off genius.
Yeah.
Which title would you like on your headstone?
Well, they put that kid on the cover that blew up Boston, so them. I don't care.
Blue Jasmine will open in select cities on July 26th. Louis C.K., ladies and gentlemen.
Watch out now. The Opie and Anthony Show continues. Sort of. After O&A Live with Sam Roberts is next.
Jim Norton is a moderately successful comedian, an average author, and a terrible actor. And your chance to speak directly with him has arrived. Call 866-969-1969. The phone lines are open. And the Jim Norton Show starts now.
Hello. We have no phone calls yet because E-Rock did not play the thing that would let you know that we were going to be doing my show. But the reason E-Rock didn't play that, as much as I would love to berate Eric for no good reason, is because he was not told. What happens is we're traveling tomorrow, and I missed last week's advice show. And obviously Sam does a great job on the after show, as much as we like to mock him and, humiliate him because he's a terrible person. He does a great after show, but, I'm contractually bound to do this, and I love doing it. And I didn't want to miss 2 in a row. So whatever. So I'm doing it today. And Gary and I texted yesterday. He goes, okay, that's great. And then he tells Sam and he tells Travis, but those guys are not going to tell E-Rock because they like when E-Rock doesn't know something. And a part of me does understand that. There is some fun in watching your friends suffer or your coworkers suffer. But I think Gary should have let Eric know that, you know, hey, Eric, tomorrow there's a kid doing an advice show. Who's on the, by the way, who's on the, well, we'll just go right to the phones. I don't even need descriptions. We'll go right.
Just put him on hold. 866.
Oh boy, I pushed it all the way down. I didn't mean to do that.
866-969-1969.
That's Eric's home number. If you want to call him and just talk about it. He's very lonely. John in New Jersey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Jimmy? What's
Hi.
going on, buddy?
Hi, man.
All right, here's the deal. I got a buddy, been friends with him a long time, and my wife and I just had a kid not too long ago. And I'm a busy guy. I work 6 days a week. He works a lot as well. He works about 2 hours away in the city. And he keeps saying, you know, over and over again, he keeps saying, hey, I'll come by this weekend, I'll come by this weekend, yeah, I'll be by. And he never comes by. He doesn't call, he doesn't show, whatever. And it's getting to the point where I'm starting to take it personal. You know, I'm not his boss and I'm not his wife, so he doesn't answer to me. But I'm at the point where I'm like, what the fuck? I'm starting to take it personal, you know? And I just want to know, am I being a pain in the ass friend?
Wait, now let me ask you, he just had the kid or you did?
I did.
Okay, so what is he married with kids?
No, he actually just got, he's been dating a girl a while and they just took the next step. They got engaged.
Oh, okay. I wonder why. Who knows? Maybe he feels weird about you having a kid. Not that he hates it, but maybe sometimes when your friends change, like you realize, like, wow, like Bobby Kelly just had a kid with Dawn and you know, they wanted a kid. I was really happy for them, but it is different now. Not, my feelings haven't changed for them or Bobby, but it's like I know he can't just go out and do the shit that he used to do. You know what I mean? Because he has an added responsibility. So I still go over there and see him, but it's like, fuck, I can't call Bob just to go out and do this anymore. So maybe he's kind of going through that, where he's afraid that he can't do as much stuff with you off the cuff. I don't know.
Yeah, and the whole, I kind of said to him, like, listen, man, you know, I'm just starting to let you know, just man to man, when you say you're going to do something, you should do it, you know, and I'm starting to take it personally, you don't come by. And I understand you're busy, and I don't begrudge you for having shit to do. We all got shit to do. I'm the busiest guy he knows. But don't tell me if you're going to come by if you have no intention of coming by. If you have tickets to a freaking hockey game and you know you're not coming by, don't tell me you're going to come by.
Well, have you said that to him? Have you actually talked to him and said, look, man, I feel like you're doing this?
Yeah, I said pretty much exactly what I just said to you, and he just said, you know, he said I'm being a sissy and I'm being a little pissy and I need to fucking relax, and I haven't spoken to him since.
How many times has it happened?
5. And it's messed up because I'll ask him to come by during the week, like, hey, man, you want to swing by later? And just on his own, he'll say, no, I can't, I'm busy, but I'll come by on Saturday, definitely. And then Saturday he'll come and go, and he won't come, he won't call. And it's gotten to the point where my wife is like, what, does he not like me or something? And it's like, you know.
Maybe it represents something to him. Sometimes your friends settling down and your friends having children makes you feel older. Because that's one more person. When my friends start having kids, I start to feel boxed in. Like, oh my God, it's my turn next. It's my turn. Like, I thank God for Colin Quinn. He's not married, and he's probably impotent, and he has no children. And he's probably fucking completely sterile. But I thank God for my friends like that, because otherwise I would feel completely isolated. Or Anthony, and if you know, even E-Rock has got no kids, but he's married, and Travis is married, and Sam is married. So maybe that's what it is. Just stop asking him. That's all. Fuck him.
Yeah, it's kind of the route I took. And I said, all right, well, if he wants to come over, he'll give me a call and I'll come over. And that's that.
He'll come around, buddy.
All right, Jimmy, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, take care. The guy whose wife was an alcoholic hung up, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with the fiance was and may still be a prostitute. Hello, Mike.
Sharon, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
Good. Honored to talk to you. What's your take on people changing after being in the industry?
Well, how long you been with this girl?
A couple of years.
You've been with her a couple of years, and now, now Tommy, the wife's an alcoholic, is back on. What happened?
I don't know.
What's happening in there? All right. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead. So you're dating this for a couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, you know, usual. Mine's different. She's not like all the other strippers. Come to find out, there was no difference.
So she was she was a stripper who did extras.
Yes.
Okay. Is she still dancing?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you asked her to stop and to get out of it?
She tried, but keeps getting pulled into the industry, like, you know, getting sucked back in like Al Pacino, you know?
Well, it's the money, right? What she doesn't want to go get a square job because the money is too good and she's used to being her own boss and all that shit.
Exactly.
Is she still hooking?
Says no, but...
Do you trust her?
No.
Then why are you going to marry her?
Well, I'm not now.
Okay, because it said fiance. Is she your fiance?
Took a step back from that.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I mean, look, dude, if it's something that really bothers you, if her job really bothers you, and she's not willing to leave that job, I understand why dating someone who's stripping would bother you. You get jealous. You don't want other men having access to your wife like that, and all this sexual energy she's giving other people. Like when you're dating somebody that's really hot, but then all of a sudden when you get serious and you start to look at a life, it can be difficult for some guys. It might be hard for me too, you know?
I hear you, bro.
So I would suggest you don't give her an ultimatum angrily, but just tell her, like, look, I can't really handle this anymore. Or do you make enough money for the both of you?
Yeah, but I don't want to though. I don't need another dependent.
No. But I mean, if she gets a job where she makes a lot less money, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Because what is she going to do if she's been dancing all these years?
Yeah. Not much.
Yeah. So you either have to live with her. Well, yeah, it's the life she knows. If you're going to have to either live with it and learn to adjust, or she's going to have to take less money. But you can't live resenting or panicking and thinking she's hooking on the side. You're never going to make it that way.
I hear you, bro. Thanks so much for the reinforcement, man.
Good luck, my friend. Tommy in Florida. Wife's an alcoholic, not sure what to do. Okay, I thought we lost you there, Tommy.
Hey, Jimmy. Yeah, I was like, I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, she's been a severe, we both drank, I'm 41, she's 40, but she's been a severe alcoholic for 2.5 years. Just put her in rehab for 3 weeks. She was out for almost a month. She's been clean 50 days.
Okay.
And then Sunday, her thing was this vodka, room temperature vodka, just chugged. And just ridiculous. I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
You can't handle it drunk. And so we go to the beach house. She's on the way. We got 2 kids, a daughter and a son, 6 and 4. And she's like, hey, if you want a 6-pack, I quit drinking too. I could go with or with, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I enjoy, don't get me wrong, I enjoy putting down some beers at a football game or whatnot, but it doesn't kill me. But,
okay.
So I quit too. I was at 30 days clean. And I'm going to A with her once a week and then on my own just to say, hey. But anyways, we went to the beach house. She's like, hey, look, if you want a 6-pack of beer, just get you one. Come to find out, she had some vodka stashed after 50 days, just got snot drunk. And then yesterday, did it again. And this morning, she's crying, I ruined everything. But I've been over backwards. It's just been intolerable. And I don't know, I still love her, but everyone I talked to, like her sponsor, even talked to her last night, she's like, look, you got to work on yourself. You got to take care of Tommy and you got to take care of his kids.
Right.
So I'm to the point now where, like, I don't know what else to do. She swears up and down. She's taking this Vivitrol shot to help block this cravings and stuff. And
is she going to any kind of meetings?
She's doing 90 and 90 days.
Okay. And wait, and she hasn't drank since then, or she has?
She drank Sunday and yesterday.
Okay, but she is going to meetings?
Yeah, she went to a meeting drunk last night.
Okay.
She got back in the car. I said, if you got pulled over, she opened that car door, and it just smelled like somebody dumped vodka in there.
Well, let me ask you, do you go to a 12-step program for people who live or deal with alcoholics?
I have been going to Al-Anon, and then I also talked to a counselor. My company is really good. They pay for all rehab. They pay for all our marriage counseling. And they pay for my counselor, too.
Well, here's what my suggestion would be, because the reason I would say don't completely give up on her is because she is going to meetings. I'm not saying that that's the cure-all for someone who doesn't want to stop, but a lot of times what you hear there will seep in. So if she's making some kind of an effort, and you see that she's honestly trying to do it, or even if she's only half trying, but she's kind of got her foot in that door a little bit, I would suggest that you keep talking to a counselor and getting yourself some support, because that's more important than you think. Because even though it's not your fault what she does, being codependent and living with someone who's an alkie or a drug addict, it becomes this fucking thing where we feed off each other. It's this sick energy where the codependent and the alcoholic push each other's buttons and feed off each other. And A becomes B, becomes C, becomes D. And it's how it works. And it's not that we consciously decide that stuff. It just becomes a part of our lives and the way we interact. So the way to break that pattern, you're only worrying about your end, would be going to some kind of a 12-step meeting, get yourself a sponsor, and then learn how to break your part of that pattern. and then see how you feel about it. But I would suggest doing that because it will give you a much better idea of whether or not you really want to leave or whether or not you really want to stay.
Yeah, and one other thing, I was, she came back, we hadn't had sex in like 3 months, and she was like, I'm not ready for that. And then finally, she was like, okay. And then, man, once everything just started clicking, it's like 2 days later.
Sure.
Just bam. And what I've been told also by my account, I just started going last week. I was like, shit, I got to see somebody before I fucking go crazy. And the one thing I've been told, I don't know what you think about this, I haven't left her. I don't think she's hit bottom. Yeah, she had to go to rehab because me and her mom and her sister made her go. And, she's like, well, I think in the back of my mind, I can do this. Tommy's still going to be around.
Well, all right, and thank you for the call. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it. It's hard to say because sometimes, my parents, my dad is sober, and my mother left my father. That was in, I guess, 1970, and that was the final straw. Like, there's weird stuff that motivates people to get sober, and I guess that motivated him. So sometimes leaving somebody can save their life. I think that varies from case to case. I would suggest that Tommy maybe she has hit bottom, maybe she hasn't. But bottom doesn't have to be death. Do we get her on the phone?
No, she's not there yet.
Oh, she's not there. Okay, we're trying. Hey, hang on, Edward in New Jersey. I'm going to get to you. He believes he's transgendered. He's not sure. I'm hoping he's not kidding around. But we're trying to get Bailey on the line because I think Bailey would be much better at answering that. And unfortunately, she's not here today. But she's a much more qualified person to answer that. If you want to talk about how much to charge for a blowjob, that I could help you with. But all right, let's talk to Drake in Staten Island. Addicted to sex? Oh, I thought he said to his ex. Addicted to sex. Yes, Drake.
Yes, I used to never have a problem with, going to a strip club when I was younger. I've never been good at having, long-term, relationships that, worked out. I had a couple, girlfriends, here and there, and then the last one I had was, the hottest girl I was with. We were together a couple of months, and then, it didn't work out. I got used to having sex on a normal basis, and after I broke up with her, I noticed that all of a sudden, masturbating wasn't good enough anymore, and I had to go to strip club, every time I would get that urge.
Sure.
And it got to a point where I'm going up to, two to three times a week, and I just noticed I'm spending all my extra money on that, and I just want to be able to do something different, and it's not, easy to pick up girls where I am, so...
Well, I'll tell you something, Drake. One thing I relate to what you're saying because... One problem with that, and the hard part of it is it becomes the quick fix. Whenever I get the urge to jerk off, I jerk off. Whenever you get the urge to look at a girl, you go to a strip club and you spend your money. And I still actively do that a lot, the porn and the masturbating. And the reality is it saves us, and it's not a good thing, but it prevents us from doing any real work to have a relationship.
Very true.
You know what I mean? It's why would I need to go out and meet a girl and put up with the possibility of not having sex when I can just watch porn and jerk off? Or why would you actually take the risk of rejection by going to, say you see a girl in the mall you want to talk to? Why take the risk on being humiliated and having to go out to dinner or not getting the date when you could just go to a strip club and get a lap dance and jizz in your pants? It's okay to be horny and to go to a strip club, but when it begins to replace real life things that we should be doing, it's unhealthy.
Yeah, and I noticed that I was trying to break away from doing that. On the nights that I would do that, if I had free time, maybe try to go to the tiki bar and try to actually have a normal interaction with a girl because it's basically not going to happen in a strip club. You're only there for one thing.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to do those things that you said, and it is a quick fix. It's sometimes it's a lazy way out,
Yeah, it can be very lazy, and my suggestion would be try to meet girls under normal circumstances because I've spent a lot of years. It's this endless search. Sex addiction is like any other addiction. It's an endless search for that one.
I used to drink a lot, and I had that addiction, and I was able to beat that all on my own. I was a pothead for 13 years, and I started to drink at the end, and I just stopped. I was able to stop all that single, and I used to always create a reason why it was okay to do those things. And then one day I just knew I had to stop for myself, and I've been good, but then it seems like this has been like the next thing I have to tackle in my life.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's how it is, because we replace things. We replace one with the other. We lost Edward, huh? Oh, sorry about that. Or maybe he was just joking. All right, tell Belly thank you anyway if she calls. Yeah, we replace one with the other. Thank you very much for the call, Drake. I appreciate it. But I think what happens is... What's that? What did he say? Oh, sorry, buddy. That wasn't intentional. A lot of times, you replace one with the other. That's all it is. And I've done that. And, again, I'm guilty of it. So I know what I'm talking about. I don't drink and I don't do drugs. Thank God I don't fucking gamble. That was never a big one. But the sex for me, sex was always one that was there. And then when I quit drinking and getting drugs, I couldn't, satisfy that dopamine drip. So then it becomes sex, and sometimes it's food. It's very hard to just be addiction free in this world, especially on a computer. How do you not jerk off on your laptop, for Pete's sake? And I'm asking seriously. All right, let's see. Michael in Detroit, trouble getting motivated to have sex with girlfriend. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Jim, this is Michael from Detroit. Sorry, I'm trying to use a fake name here.
That's okay, buddy, whatever.
Successful. My girlfriend and I, we've been going on for about 2 years. It started out as a long-distance relationship, just dating online, and then we started to get together, and it's like every time I saw her, we always had sex. And now that we've lived together for about 13, 14 months, I just don't have any motivation to have sex with her. And she's a really sexual person. She really likes sex, and she wants to have kids, and, that's kind of where this whole thing is going. But it's like I get home at night and I'm just like, oh, this is like work. It's not fun.
Well, was part of the attraction getting her there to begin with? Like sometimes when we're chasing somebody or we're having an online relationship, getting them or owning them or having them be ours becomes the high. And then once you get that, once you have them, sometimes like, all right, now I got you. Now what?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, maybe that's it. Or maybe you guys have maybe your sex life hits a wall because you're just doing the same things over and over again. You need to spice it up a little. I mean, I don't know. What's the difference between when you started fucking and now? Would she come see you for a couple days and then go home?
Yeah, pretty much. She would see me for, I would go to her place or she would come to my place because we lived about 40 miles apart.
Okay.
And we would just have furniture breaking sex, and now it's just like,
so like anything else, once you own it, once you have it, it's not as appealing. That's like the curse of all of us, man. It's really hard to appreciate something when you have it. Like, we fight for these things. We want this girl or we want this guy or whatever it is you want. And then once we're with the person, how do I maintain the same level of interest or excitement about the person that I had to get them? I think married people have been dealing with this shit since time out of mind. And I think in our generation, in this time where we are, it's harder than it ever was, because I don't care. People say, no, it's always been hard to maintain that fire. But we have the availability of, you can go on Facebook and talk to 20 different people, or Twitter and Match.com. There's a million ways to see a million different people. You could do it at work. You could do it at home while your wife's in the next room. You could be carrying on a relationship and an affair. You couldn't do that years ago when you had to talk on the phone. So I think for us, it's a lot harder to appreciate somebody once we have them and not just start looking for the next thing. I think, because, online, you're still online. Have you contacted any other women online? Is there any other intrigue going on?
No,
okay.
Actually, that's the funny thing. We kind of determined that, our weight was kind of like our physical weight, and, the way we were eating, the way we were, existing was, not good. So, she's lost, since January, she's lost 50 pounds, and I've lost 70 on this, or closer to 80 now on this program. We're both in a lot better shape than we were, so I find her more attractive that way. But again, it's like, I think what you're saying is right, where it's like I have her now, and it's like I'm just trying to, whenever I do have sex with her, it's because she prompts it, and it's because, I eventually cave.
Well, you don't have to work for it. See, that's the thing. Let me ask you, too. Are there times when you come home and you're just not horny and she's kind of like, crawling all over you?
Yes, absolutely.
Here's what happens. Okay, and this is something that men are not good at. See, we're so trained that only a woman should say no. Like a lot of times, you know, we start to resent a person when they don't pick up our signals. Like I've had girls, like I like my nipples played with and stuff, but I've had girls who didn't know that I didn't want to be sexual, licking my nipples, and I remember I wanted to crawl out of my skin and scream. I was so fucking angry at being touched when I didn't want to be touched. Now that's a twofold thing. I should have said, like, hey, I'm really not in the mood right now, baby. I didn't know how to do that. As a woman, they're trained to do that. Like, hey, I'm not feeling it right now. We're trained to pursue. So, fuck out, the old lady doesn't want to fuck me. What the hell? But we forget that we are not machines. Our dicks are not machines. So sometimes you don't want to be touched or you just want to not be sexual. So instead of being comfortable enough to go, hey, look, not right now, because then instead of, because women aren't trained to hear that shit. So they're like, what's wrong with me? You don't like me? Like they don't know how to hear no. And we don't know how to say it. So maybe you could try being honest about when you don't want to have sex, saying, look, I'm really tired right now. I'd rather not. I just want to hang out and talk, or I just want to, you know, because I'm sure that women are comfortable saying that to us.
Okay, yeah, because that was actually kind of a big blow up not last night, but the night before, is that, you know, we were making out pretty heavy, and I'm you know, I said, do you want to have sex? And I said it in kind of this really shitty accusatory tone, like it was inconveniencing me, and that really hurt her feelings.
Sure.
She felt like that, you know, she wasn't, you know, she's not pretty enough, and that she, you know, that our sex life is, you know, in the shitter, which it kind of is. So, I think what you're saying has a lot of weight. I think what you're saying is probably very accurate. I appreciate the advice, Jim. Thank you so much.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, talk to her. Tell her nicely. You never want to tell somebody that stuff in a sexual moment. When somebody's feeling sexy and we're rejected, it's humiliating. And the reason that we reject people like that is because we have this resentment build up where instead of sitting down in a calm moment and going, look, I don't want you to think I'm not attracted to you, but, you know, this is what I've been feeling lately. We just wind up holding it in and holding it in. And then one time they stroke your arm and we're like, don't touch me! You know, and they're like, what the fuck did I do? So instead of letting it blow up, just have a nice chat while you're both having coffee or something, all right?
All right. Awesome, Jim. Thank you so much, man. You're doing good work here. God bless.
All right. Thank you. Good luck, you little sweetie. All right. Let's see. Phil in California. You're sober, trying to get back into dating. Hello, Phil.
Hey, Jim. How's it going, man?
I'm good, buddy.
Good. Yeah. I just hit the year, you know, alcoholic, all that fun stuff.
Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, doing all the stuff you're supposed to be doing.
Great.
And all that I've ever had in my life, looking back, are those sick, codependent relationships the dude a couple callers back was talking about. And that's what prompted me to call. Is I'm starting to get, you know, interested in this one girl, and she's interested in me, and it scares the living shit out of me because I don't want to go back to that horrible. I haven't had a good dating life.
Sure.
And so, and this is completely new to me as far as having a healthy relationship. I don't think I've ever had one.
It's also harder to approach people when we're sober until we're used to it because, you know, alcohol gives you that fucking confidence that, you know, it's a big confidence, you know, that we lose when we quit drinking it for a while. It's a fake confidence, but you know, it's still a confidence to talk to people. And, you know, a lot of times it's much harder to do, when we're sober, but you'll get better at it, man. Don't expect all those years of behaving a certain way to change overnight. You know, just give yourself, that would be my advice and my suggestion, is take it slow. You know, you'll get back into dating. You'll have the girlfriends. You'll have the heartbreaks. All the shit that you would have had will come to you.
Okay.
Don't panic and go, fuck, it's a year and I can't get a girl. It will come. Maybe you'll meet somebody sober. You know, maybe you'll have something probably a little bit nicer than you think. But, you know, it might just take a little trial and error. You may have to feel your way around being sober.
Right, yeah, this girl that I'm pretty much got set up with her, and I dig her a lot. She has multiple years, and I revert back to that, like, high school, because I was a super fat kid in high school. Mm-hmm. I revert to, like, that little scared little boy again, and, like, when I was drinking, it was like I could just get a girl to fuck, but
Sure.
That's, you know, and then when I get in the relationship, it just ends up she's an alcoholic too, and it was just never good. So
right.
I'm 31, going back to like a 17-year-old fat kid mentality.
Oh yeah, that's what happens, man. We stop growing emotionally when the addiction really kicks in. So we have to, you know, a lot of times we're 30-year-old guys and 50-year-old guys and 30-year-old bodies. But you know, again, that will work itself out. you'll get better at it. But the thing that gave you the false confidence, which is the alcohol or the drugs, is also the thing that leads us into terrible relationships. Because we wind up like, I had the fake confidence and I convinced the girl to fuck, but I was so fucked up I didn't realize that she was a psychopath until I was dating her for 3 months. So now it's a little harder, but you'll probably make better decisions overall. And dating someone who's been sober for a while, hey, look, maybe it will work out, maybe it won't work out, but it probably, I would say give this one a shot. And I understand reverting to being scared because we're scared of losing the person. Just work through it. Being afraid is okay. It's normal. It's what we do when we're afraid. They say bravery is not the absence of cowardice. It's doing something despite being afraid. Did that make sense? Bravery is not the absence of fear. It's doing something despite being afraid. So it's okay if you're scared, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I butchered that quote really badly. It's not the absence, but you understand. Did you get what I meant, D-Rock?
Trying to sound deep.
No, but it's not my quote. I've heard
I know.
it, But yeah, you're right. I should just stick to the fucking basics. Go get some puss. I said it all wrong. How humiliating. Be fucked up like a drunk over it. Right here on the air. Just cried.
That's your trigger.
Okay, let's see. Andy in Virginia said dating an older woman and her son looks like you.
Hey, Jim.
Hello.
Yeah,
how old are you and how old is the woman?
She's 62 and I am 38.
Oh boy, okay.
And she has a son. He's younger than I am, but you can obviously tell. I deliver heating oil, and I met her last winter, and he is younger than me, but you can obviously tell there is just a resemblance. And everyone knows that he's not my son, but you can just tell that it's kind of odd.
Well, let me ask you, did it ever occur to you that he might look like his dad, and maybe you remind her of the dad?
Yeah, I get that, but everybody else, her people and family and friends, I don't know. They're not thinking that. They're just thinking, why are you dating a guy that looks like your son?
Who cares what they think? Fuck them.
Well, that's the thing. It's making it uncomfortable for us. She sees the resemblance. She doesn't think it's a big deal. I don't really think it's a big deal, but everyone else, my family, her family, everyone thinks it's a big deal. And I'm not that really great at relationships and everything. I like her, but how far should I go with this relationship knowing there's going to be that much difficulties? And her son even thinks it's strange. She's even asking him, Mom, why are you dating a guy that's what I'm going to look like when I'm older?
It's funny how everybody is concerned with how this girl's boyfriend looks. She's 62 and she got a younger guy, and they're all complaining. Like, here's the only people that matter are you and her. You're in you're 38, she's 62. You're way beyond what the family thinks matters. It means nothing. So how far should you take it with this woman? It depends on how willing she is to be independent of her family's shitty, meaningless opinions about your appearance. If she's married to what they think, then fuck her. She's too childish. She shouldn't be married to what they... But if she knows, hey, I like this guy, I like fucking him. Yeah, he looks like my son, but the real important thing is he kind of looks like the son's dad, and that's the kind of guy I like. That's like saying, like, I don't know, say you're a blonde guy. I don't know what you look like, but say you're a blonde guy kind of tall. Maybe that's what the father looked like, and she enjoys fucking blonde-type tall guys, so her kid's gonna be blonde and tall. But what is that supposed to mean? She's not supposed to want to fuck guys like she used to want to fuck just because she popped out a kid who looks like the dad? Doesn't make any sense. Enjoy her, let her enjoy you, and just make sure that you are both willing to not deal with the family's opinions because they're meaningless.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
All right, good luck. Keep fucking banging her. Good for you. Obviously she knows you look like the son and it doesn't matter to her. Raul in San Antonio has a question about properly writing jokes.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy.
I started open micing, I would say last August, almost a year now, and I write some pretty good jokes, but I was just wondering, like, what's like a good process to write?
I don't know. I mean, I would say that it differs from comic to comic. Guys like, who are very regimented, like Colin can make himself sit and write. which is why Colin pumps out a fucking brilliant hour about the Constitution. I have a hard time doing that. My mind is all over the place. A lot of it is my obsession with the computer. It's just hard for me to make myself do that. So I worked it out on stage. It works for me. But I would say there's no proper way to properly write a joke. You might want to sit down and go, okay, this is what I think is funny about this subject. If you're writing jokes about yourself, sometimes telling the truth is enough. Sometimes telling the truth with a little twist is enough. Sometimes if you're writing something, you can make a topical reference in whatever you're talking about, and that's the right formula. There's no proper answer for you right now. Are you trying to write jokes about yourself, or what are you doing?
I'm writing jokes mostly about my life and my kids and my wife.
Okay.
But see, the thing I always get is that they always say, that can be too dirty, or use too many, just curse words. And I try to stay away from it, but as soon as I do, as soon as I'm up there, it just comes right out. So I'm trying to figure out a way to, still use it, but calm it down if I'm doing it too much. And I recorded myself a few times, and even then I still think, I could have not used that word. It didn't really make sense to put it there.
Well, yeah, if you're using it as a crutch, sometimes... even Richard Pryor said that he would use motherfucker sometimes when as a crush. We all do that at times. Historically, I've always loved profanity since childhood. I've loved the what it does in the language. And there's been times where I've fallen into that trap. So if there's something that you're doing that's blatantly overusing it, then say, okay, I'm going to make an effort to not do that. But as time goes on, you'll find who you are on stage. Worry more about the truth of what you're saying. If you say fuck too much, okay, cut it down. But worry more about the truth in your jokes and, what are they saying? And are you happy with what you're talking about? Because the meat of your act is what's really important. The profanity, you'll learn to take out as you get better and better. Because I've learned as time has gone on that there are times where I'll do a joke and it's dirty and I know I want to do it on Leno or I want to do it somewhere else. So I have to start, once the joke is strong, pulling the profanity out and hoping the joke doesn't collapse.
Jim, that's what I've been trying to do lately, man. Jim, I want to thank you for the advice, and I've been following your career for a long time, man. I remember seeing on MTV a long time ago, bro, and you're one of the best, bro.
Thank you so much. Good luck, man. Keep writing it and keep kicking him in the nuts. To quote Joe fucking DeRosa's arm. Okay, let's see. Nate in Missouri. His wife's got strong religious views. He does not. Difficult to go to church with her. Of course it would be. Hi, Nate.
Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
My wife, when we got married about 7 years ago, we didn't go to church at all together. I mean, I knew she believed in Jesus and things like that, but we never started going. But now, in the past 3 or 4 years, she really wants to go. And I want to please her because I love her, and she's very important to me. But I get in the church every Sunday, and I'm looking around at these people, and I'm like, you all are falling for this?
Yeah.
That's kind of what goes in my head. And I want to believe like she does so that I can just follow and make her happy. But I find it hard to just give in.
Well, how about this? How about instead of trying to make her happy by believing in a God that is not for you, or taking a religious view that's not accurate or honest for you, why don't you make her happy by being true to yourself and being yourself? Just don't shit on what she believes. Like, if she wants to go to church and she believes in Jesus and that's who she is, don't ridicule her for it, or don't go, what, are you going to church again, you fucking idiot? Let her go. Let her enjoy it. And if she wants to talk to you about it, maybe you talk about it after. Respect what she's doing, and hopefully she can respect your not wanting to go. I don't think anybody should be forced to go. But I don't think that you should say to somebody, don't go, if they believe that either. It's become very hip to say religious people are shitty, but, hey, look, if that's what makes her who she is and she wants to go, more power to her.
Well, the thing is I never look down on her for going, and sure. It's just the fact that she wants me to be there by her side. And, in church they speak about it's important for the father and the family, the man in the household that needs to be following God. If the family's going to follow God, the father has to be there. So she kind of keeps you need to be there with me.
Well, that's where she's, I think, incorrect. She's trying to force her will on you, and I think that's not a good way to go. So, again, like many people, we always have to make a decision. What's more important to you? If you don't believe, if you've been going and it's just not going for you, you may have to deal with some bullshit with her and say, look, I'm not going to go. It's not for me, but I want you to go if it makes you feel good and if that's who you are. But you have to be sincere in that. I think if you encourage somebody to do what makes them who they are, but the father doesn't have to be there. She wants to be religious and you don't. I think that's fair.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much, Jimmy.
All right, buddy. Good luck. Good luck in hell when you go there. All right, sorry. Let's see. This is interesting. Father, Wayne in Alabama, your father's dating his dead wife's best friend, and it's affecting your life, Wayne. Hello.
It's my father-in-law.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're okay. Your wife's dad is dating his dead wife's best friend?
Yeah, they were in the wedding together, the whole kind of thing, and she passed about 2.5 years ago, and she was and the best friend kind of came over, was kind of consoling, and now it's kind of evolved into where they're, talking about living together and moving in together and stuff. And to be honest with you, it doesn't affect me as much as it affects my wife.
Yeah.
And we have a 2-year-old daughter, and my father-in-law is not around as much anymore. The woman in his life now is kind of taking that away and kind of spending most of her time. He's going out and drinking. He's become somebody that he really wasn't when, it's not her dad anymore. I don't know what advice you can give. It's almost like I really can't talk to anybody about it. So it's kind of calling under anonymity right now.
I think one thing, and again, both of my parents are living, luckily, so I have not experienced this. So I can't, but the death of a parent is obviously a really big thing. It's more to some people than to others. But, losing your mom has got to be horrible. Your wife's probably having a hard time with that. But, and then there's the thing of, well, he's an adult, and if this is helping him, and, it's not like as long as she's not married, he's not fucking a married woman, or they weren't having an affair while the wife was alive. If this is him moving on, and it's two consenting adults who just realized they had feelings for each other, that's what it is. Like, after 9/11, a lot of firefighters some firefighters were dating the widows of firefighters who died. And I don't think these guys were being vultures and swooping in at all. I think sometimes in grief, people just come together in weird ways. So the father has obviously lost his wife. He's in terrible grief. And here's this best friend who understands his grief and who loved this woman very much. And for whatever reason, maybe they connected on that level.
Yeah, and that's what I've explained to her, and I actually took that stance with her about, is it worth your dad kind of going into a deep depression and not coming out and just completely becoming a shell of himself, or to try to be happy and to try to move on. And granted, it's kind of, and then, would you rather it be with somebody that's a complete stranger or somebody that your mom knew? I mean, I'm trying to spin it as much as I can, but it's just hard, trying to get her to come to grips with it. And I think it's harder on her for the fact that he's just not around like he was for the granddaughter.
Well, I'm sure, look, he's going through again, I don't know what it's like to be on either of those situations, but it sounds like she's having a hard time because, look, she feels like she's lost both her parents. This whole world that she knew all of a sudden is different, with the mother dying and then the father not being dad that he always was. Right. But as an adult, she might have to look at it like he's an adult too, and he's my dad, but he's also a man. He's just a guy who lost his life partner, and he's struggling to move on and make sense of it. So she kind of has to do double duty, grieving the mother as well as the loss of the dad being there all the time, and being an adult and saying, okay, fuck it, he's got to get through this on his own and realize that he's just an adult like she is. A very tough situation. I mean, again, there really is no advice to give. I would hope that she's able to do that, and it'll probably balance out. Who knows if the father and the wife's ex-wife's the friend will last. They might not last. It might just be a grief dealing thing, or maybe they'll get married, and that's what will help him live a productive, healthy other 25 years instead of, like you said, curling up into a depressed ball and just waiting to die.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, good deal. I appreciate it.
All right. Good luck. Let's see here. Logan in Ohio, dating a virgin, not sure how to deflower her or if you should. Yes, Logan.
Hey, Jim.
Hi,
I just
buddy.
want to say thanks for accepting the call.
Sure.
And I listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
And I'm 15, and she's a virgin.
How old is she?
And she's 14.
Okay.
Well, about to turn 15.
How long are you dating her?
6 months.
To be honest with you, man, and not to sound like an old man, I didn't actually. Have you had sex before?
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, he got yelled at by his mom or something. Did you hear that? Yeah. Well, hopefully he's listening. I would suggest if she's 14 years old, even though you're 15, I would suggest waiting. You know, just jerk off thinking about it, because 14 years old is a little young to be having sex. And you know what, are you going to knock her up? You don't get her pregnant? And I never liked virgins, to be honest with you, because to me that was too personal and I didn't want it. Like, give it to a guy you care about, you're in love with. But look, if you're 14 years old as a girl, you probably should not be fucking. You know, I can't say that to a guy, because as a guy at 15, I was eating pussy. But I didn't actually have intercourse till I was 18. So if you're listening, my friend, I would suggest waiting, especially if you're questioning it, or if I even should. If you have that question in your mind, you probably shouldn't. Err on the side of caution. You don't need a baby when you're 14 and 15 years old. Just jerk off into a tissue. That's what guys do at our age. Our age, like I'm 15. You know what I'm saying. All right, let's see here. Oh, no. Hey, Garrett in Kansas, what's going on?
Hey, cuntlets, how you doing today?
Nice language.
Oh, Jesus. So, let me give you just a very brief backstory. I got a new relationship about a year ago, and my girlfriend, as you know, you're inherited in that group of circle of friends.
Yeah.
So, her friends are the nicest people on planet Earth, which is, I think, where this problem stems from. One of the guys in her group of friends is fucking Chip without your stupid voice. So this guy, like, literally the hackiest, awfulest responses to jokes ever known to man, and he gets courtesy laughs from the fucking group. He thinks he's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And it's to the point now where when I'm in this social group of friends, I'm removing myself from the conversation, trying to think of what shitty punchline he'll throw out.
So you're making something out of it, yeah.
And I don't know. I want to call him out, or I need to know how to handle this, because it's driving me crazy. Her friends are too nice to just do anything differently, and I don't want to be that asshole, that new asshole in the group.
Yeah,
the guy is unfunny.
Yeah, I believe me, dude. I've been dealing with people like that my whole life. But, there's a line. If you're really good friends with the guy, you can call him out. But it's really hard to. You'd embarrass your girlfriend if you did that. You'd embarrass her friends. This is a situation where you're more tolerating it for her, and the guy's not being a jerk off. I think what you're doing is the right move. Just try to guess which dog shit punchline he's going to come up with. And I think it's fun to sometimes just enjoy it for your. Do you ever talk to your girlfriend about it?
Yeah. What sucks even more is he was obsessed with her. So he's a douchebag on all levels.
Does she know? Does she think he's an unfunny lump?
After I told her his awfulness, she caught on to it. That's the thing. Her friends aren't. It's such a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
But after I called her out, she was like, "Oh wow, you're right. His shit isn't funny."
Yeah. Sometimes people don't want to admit it because it's embarrassing. I would say, dude, try to embrace it, enjoy it. Like, he's awful. You're not him. You don't have to hang out with him all the time. Do what you've been doing. Just keep guessing what dog shit punchlines he's going to come up with, or in your mind make fun of him. And I understand the idea of wanting to call him out, but it might make embarrass your girlfriend or her friends unnecessarily. It's not really affecting you, other than he's just that unfunny lump in the group. Better him than you. Like, let him make an asshole out of himself, and just enjoy that you're watching a guy make an asshole out of himself.
I hear you. I guess bigger picture for me, when I look at her entire group of friends, I'm like, you fucking dopes can't see this douchebag just throwing garbage and hitting him out of the park. Like, he gets applause breaks. It's so weird.
Believe me, I definitely know what you mean. And you don't want to just mention it to them, because they might go, no, he's funny, and then tell them, and then it's hurtful. Yeah, but at least you've told your girlfriend, and she can now see it. So you're slowly going to erode his circle of friends. Believe she'll mention it to one of them one time. What the fuck is he talking about? I know what you mean, dude. But I wouldn't call him out. It's going to hurt his feelings, and it's going to embarrass people for no reason. And he's not hurting anybody. He's just an asshole.
I guess I'm mean too.
No, you're not. No, you're not mean. You're honest. The guy stinks. Believe me. Hopefully there'll be an accident in his future where he'll be injured.
I would love it. Cancer, any kind of horrific car accident, I agree.
Absolutely. Good luck, my friend.
Thanks, dear.
We have, a minute left, D-Rock?
Less than that.
Less than a minute. Let's get to real quick. Sorry to make you rush. Mike in Tennessee, seeing a 20-year-old girl who's addicted to painkillers. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, she's claiming that she's wanting to quit and she's going to go to a rehab. But after a couple of years of this, I'm really at the point that I feel like I should give up. But I'm not sure if that would be the right thing to do.
Well, again, I apologize for rushing you, man. We're just running out of time. It's not my control. I would suggest I always suggest this to people, dating an addict or in love with an addict, go to a 12-step group that is built to help those who deal with addicts. See if you're contributing to the pattern, and if she is unwilling and refuses to get the help, regardless of talking about it, then sometimes you have to leave, because your happiness should not be contingent on her being high on pills or not. If she's willing to get the help, I say you tough it out and you stick with her and you support her. But if after a couple of years she is unwilling to get the help, sometimes you just have to walk away, okay?
Okay.
All right, sorry to rush you like that, brother. I wish we had more time. I apologize. Thank you guys for the call, and thank you, E-Rock, for really fucking moving along here and getting things cooking. And the great Ron and Fez are coming up next, so stick around.
Jim Norton is now done dealing with your bullshit. He'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. But you can listen to episodes of The Jim Norton Show whenever you want. Go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand for details.